What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Vick3 Presents the Eagles Post-Game Panel Show. I am your host, Vick3, and I'd like to start everything off by wishing everyone a happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, and I'd like to welcome, my two guests who were gracious enough to come through. We got BLSG and Jordy Fighter. My guys, thank you for coming through. We got a lot to talk about, but yeah, man.
Boy, do we ever, Vic.
It's been a rough week. We just talked about it before the show, between us and our college team, now with the Eagles. It's going downhill. Yep, and the Sixers. Good grief. How can I forget that? It's going downhill. But yeah, man, like I said, thank you for coming on. You know how we do every week, man. Let's get into it, man. Let me get your initial reactions on today's game. BLSG, my guy, let me start off with you. What did you see today?
I saw a terrible passing performance by Jalen Hurts. I mean, this kid was going absolutely nowhere. He was getting torched by the Giants defense. And we especially made the Giants secondary look like one of the best in the NFL. They had 3 interceptions on Jalen Hurts today. Absolutely unacceptable from Jalen Hurts. That's got to improve as soon as possible. This should have honestly improved from the start of the season. I did not like what I saw out of Jalen Hurts, the passer. But in terms of Jalen Hurts, the runner, that was definitely the best part about Jalen today, his running game, because that was what Jalen Hurts. That was just his best part of the game today. And then Sirianni. I mean, a few of the play calls, they were a little questionable to me. And then Jalen Reagor in the end, dude. Like, how do you drop the ball twice in the game, where the 2 times that you drop it are literally the most important times to catch the ball? Those are 2 times where we honestly could have ended up taking advantages. And it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. The penalties, the false starts, the hold by Nate Herbig, every penalty that was going down, that was literally so painful because we could have put up so many points on the Giants, and all these penalties that we had cost us the game. If Nate Herbig didn't have the hold, if Greg Ward would do his job, that's 14 points right there that you could have on the board. And then the defense I honestly like, despite the fact we gave up a lot of plays in terms of the secondary. But in terms of how many points we allowed, I can respect that. But at the end of the day, it's just a brutal loss.
Yeah, man, it was. But let me get to it. Gentlemen, thank you for coming through. Jay Milton, Boogie, J Dub, how we doing?
What's
Jay Boogie? I'm sorry. I thought I had you on. But how we doing?
My bad. I'm sorry. What's going on, everybody?
Oh. Did you guys just see that shit?
Bro, Jerry, I literally watched the entire game. What do you mean? I just wasted all this time watching that game and it freaking sucked, bro.
Hey. At least we're not Ohio State.
Yeah. Stop, man.
You can say that.
Hey, what's going on?
Michigan Wolverines.
Vic, are you okay? Your camera's like going in and out.
I know. We were talking about that earlier with BLG.
We literally discussed this before we started this up.
Yeah.
I was literally telling Vic that his camera was acting up, and he was
acting like the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Listen, this face here isn't what sells it. You know what I mean? It's the discussion. This ugly face will just, people won't come because of this. But, the discussion will bring people in. So
people will come to see the Ohio State Buckeyes lose.
Look, man.
Listen,
the Ohio Buckeyes, they lost completely different than we lost. All right.
Hey, I'm a Michigan fan. I'll take it.
Yeah, and a Penn State fan, bro.
Dude,
that was the first time you guys beat us in 10 years.
Hey, you're not making
got you there,
are you?
All right, let's talk birds, man.
Yeah, man. Jordy, what is the initial reactions of today's game debacle, whatever you want to call it?
So, where do we begin?
I don't.
Oh, wait. I was like, wait, who's that next to me?
Foothills.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's Fuego.
Eating Foothills Fuego.
So I don't know. I'm probably going to end up repeating myself from my earlier stream, but I had to stream this game because I did a play-by-play yesterday. I wish I didn't because I wanted to turn this off quicker than anybody. This was the most disappointing that this team has been all year. In the beginning, it was like, all right, they're trying to find their footing. They've got a lot of new things going on. We thought they'd found their footing last week. We thought a lot of things went well and it should continue. No, it definitely didn't. We found the run game too late, and then we went away from it just in time to throw a late game pick. Hurts was making mistake after mistake. He was locking onto receivers. He was making those rookie mistakes that I've been saying since day one. He's got to stop laying on, or he's got to start laying off of those mistakes, because if he doesn't, this is going to happen. He's had 9 picks in the games he's played in the last 2 seasons. He just had 3 this game. That's a third of what he originally had. Jalen Reagor, I don't even want to talk about him. I'm just ready to trade him. I'm putting him in the same boat as Derek Barnett at this point. I'm ready for him to go, and I don't care.
Are you putting him in the same boat as Whiteside?
Hey, nobody goes in the same boat as Whiteside. Don't even start.
Dude, I think Reagor might be worse.
He is worse at this point, as far as I can see.
I mean, at least Whiteside catches the fucking ball.
Yeah, he's pulled in both his targets this year.
When you target that man, he catches it.
Oh my god! Someone just sent me the stats of Jalen Hurts. Are you freaking kidding me?
Hurts was 14 of 31 with 129 with 3 interceptions. That should have been 5.
Yeah.
And he also sent me Daniel Jones. Oh my god! 19 for 30, 202 yards and 1 touchdown.
I mean, I can't blame this on the refs either. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not
but they should have been calling more calls on the Giants, because there was quite a few that I seen that they called on us, but they didn't call on them.
Yeah. But J-Dub, what did you think of today's game? What's your initial reaction?
Honestly, this is on the coaching staff. The reason why I say it's on the coaching staff is because you have a team that matches up well against you in terms of scheme and what they do. There wasn't a lot of easy stuff that Sirianni drew up so you can get stuff rolling. Everything was hard today. You get what I'm saying?
Pause.
Yeah. They tried to do too much. They tried to do too much new stuff.
Exactly. And my thing is, sometimes, all right, everyone knew you were going to try and run it downhill again. All right. Where's the east to south runs outside of Jalen Hurts? Where is that at? I didn't even watch the full game. And the fact that everyone's talking about the same exact issues, I'll preface my comment this way. I don't know exactly what happened, but I know what happened.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the Sirianni is not understanding adjustments and how to make sure that, hey, you can get into easy rhythm stuff. Give me something that's, simple that we can all go out and do. He continues to get in his own head. When something goes wrong, he goes back into his panic mode and it's just like, all right, let me try this. Instead of, okay, let me settle this offense down and all right, let's make sure we get some bread and butter. That's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Hope that makes sense, y'all.
Yeah, we all discussed it earlier within our chats. Like, we got to get back to running the ball. There was times, especially in the first quarter, when the first run play didn't go as well, and then from there, it was just, I don't know if Sirianni saw that one play and that made his judgment for the whole day, but it was like he was afraid of the run from there on. But
think about this. Look how different the offense looks from week 1 to week 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. The stuff that works for us, we run the ball. Now, I don't see too much east to west running, trying to get movement, because guess what? A lot of times that Giants front four, they're not athletic. You get what I'm saying? That's how you beat them. You gash them east to west. Up the middle, what's his name? Lawrence and all of them, they're just going to eat you alive.
That didn't happen today, though. What's up, everybody? First of all, hey,
what up, I didn't want to interrupt anyone, but what's good? Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you.
Hey, look, man, I always can. If I can be here, I'm gonna be here, man. I'm gonna say what's up to everybody. Anyway, to your comment about hitting them up the middle, well, that's where we got most of our great running plays was hitting them between the tackles. Miles Sanders' best play was literally running through the tackles. It was like I think the first run that he did was trying to be an outside RPO that we tried, and it just got blown up immediately. So as far as the east or west running, I think that's what Miles Sanders loses the most at. We use him as this shifty back, kind of like a shady, but he should be attacking. He's a big body back. We don't give him a lot of credit for that, and that's where he eats a lot at. Man, there's so many things wrong with today's game, and I'm trying to just focus it down. But like every problem that we had from earlier in the season was on display today. Literally, we tried to pass too much. We got away from what was working in the run game. Our defense is abysmal. My God, it is bad. And the biggest thing that I took away from today, outside of the fact that, Jonathan Gannon needs to be fired. He shouldn't even be allowed to get on a train home to Philly. He should just be walking. I don't understand how he hasn't been fired yet. He hasn't made adjustments. Nothing seems to be working. We consistently seem to be behind the 8 ball on defense. I don't understand it. I don't understand how he continues to have a job. But Jalen Hurts, I don't want to say he's not fully the guy yet, but as we can see, we can't rely on him to just be a passer at all. We can't trust him down the stretch to make the right decisions, namely the last play of the game where he did hit Jalen Reagor in the hands, fair, but Devonta Smith was wide the F open on the other side of the field. And that's my biggest thing with him, is that he doesn't really look off of one receiver. He might make 1 or 2 reads, and then he'll be like, nah, screw it, I'm going to just go to who I want to go. And that's literally been costing us games. And I don't understand. I don't get why that hasn't been getting better as the season's progressed. Like, if you're the guy, you should be showing signs that we can rely on your arm talent or your decision-making skills to get us out of some jams. And we needed that today. Now, granted, again, Reagor dropped the wide open pass, but even before we got there, just terrible decision makers on both picks. Like, literally, there's nothing I can say to defend either one of them. I want to say that he had 3. What was the third?
The third, what was it in the fourth, or maybe it was the quarter?
Fourth, yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter,
Which, like I said, it should have been 5. We're lucky. We were lucky that it was only 3.
You kept throwing double coverage.
I'm trying to figure this out, man. Like, at what point do people start going, okay, this is if people are already ready to throw Jalen Reagor into the woods, which I understand, whatever, that's how you feel. But why is Hurts now getting the same type of leeway? Or why is Hurts getting more leeway than Reagor at least? I don't get it. What else do you guys have to see to be like, okay, your decision making is getting no better?
Yeah, and earlier I tried to stick up for Reagor. I was like, stop all this slander. But again, when you see the outcome, that last play, that was bad. That was god awful.
They targeted him all game. Like, those people that have been saying, oh, well, they ain't targeted him. They targeted him all game this game, and he didn't come to play. So
I will admit, I was one of them. I said he doesn't get enough opportunities.
So, again, he made the play earlier in the game where he had to make the adjustment to the bad ball, right? Made that play. So that was his one. Made another clutch first down play later on in the fourth. So that's another catch.
Then he dropped 3 touchdowns.
Right? Wait. Oh, but let's talk about the first one, right? The one that hit him in the face mask. Why is that one on him if the ball was thrown literally into his visor? How is that his fault? Instead of the quarterback literally throwing it just in front of him so he can get under it and grab it. Reagor is a burner, and this is my other problem with Jalen. I don't think Jalen got the arm. I don't think he has a cannon. I don't think he can make those plays down the field. But this is just me seeing it. Do y'all think his arm is strong enough?
I think it is strong enough, and I'll give you that first Reagor one, that mistake. But if you look at that play, it's actually due to the defender kind of like falling into him. He kind of pushed him over. So, You know, he was alignment with the ball was a little off. So that one, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot going on with that play. The other one.
Fair. The other one, hit him in the hands. You got there's no
pure drop.
What's good, BPO? Thank you for coming through, my guy.
What up?
You were right. You were right, you little shit.
I mean, I feel like I said that the entire offseason. I said, don't count.
It's your fault we lost, you little fucker.
Hey, it's fault.
At least we can say it was right about something. Oh no! Oh no! Don't try to blame me.
Yo, uncensored cost us that game. It wasn't. It was uncensored.
Let's get back on track. Let's get back on track.
Wait, did you guys have to watch the game with Eagle Camp and talk nonsense? I don't want to hear it.
No. I didn't watch with him. I was watching actually.
No.
Shout out to Key in the building, who was doing
I
a lot.
seen you in there and I left. I seen him in there and I was like, I gotta go.
Oh,
Jerry Lee, let me get your initial thoughts. What did you think of today's game?
It was just bad, man. Like, it was garbage.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
Lakers.
It was so deflating, man. Like, it was just bad play calling on both sides of the ball. Not enough blitzes, apparently. You know what I mean? Like, Jonathan Gannon cannot time blitzes. Like, he's just not good at it. Like, he's one of those duh guys. Like, you know, duh Jonathan. You know, like he said to himself. I mean, dude, Sirianni, I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Like, trying to do new stuff. Like, when something works, and, you know, go with what works. Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. That's
unless you're Ben Simmons and everything's broke.
Correct.
Trade.
My guy Fuego.
Trade 2-5.
Sitting in the shadows literally for a little bit. Let me
say that man's name, Ben Simmons.
No, I'm just saying 2-5.
Say that man's name, Ben Simmons.
2-5.
Are you a Ben Simmons fan?
Oh no, I have no vested interest in this whole situation. I just think it's funny.
It is. I'll give you that.
I have no emotional tie.
Man, fuck Ben Simmons.
But guess what? At the same time, Ben Simmons has been in the 76ers over.
I'll say this. I'll comment how they always comment. I can't discuss a player who isn't on the floor, but until he is, then we can talk about him.
We can talk about how scared he is to play in the NBA.
Where do y'all see the team going from here? As far as the rest of the season and then in the future? Is like Nick, are you guys still sold to Nick? Have you guys seen enough from Nick to be like, give him another season?
If I see maturity from next week, from the next 2 weeks when we play the Giants again, I don't think we should get rid of him. I say we keep him if he matures from what he saw on the film through this game. But
how long have we been waiting for him to get better, though, as a coach?
Not that long.
Yeah, it hasn't been
one season.
Within it.
It hasn't even been a full season yet.
Maybe it's me. My whole thing is
you. It's you.
No, you're right. It is, though. Seriously, it is. Because I don't.
It's the beanie.
Nah. Beanie's new. Beanie just woke up.
The beanie's tight today. The beanie's tight.
Right. But seriously, though, throughout the season, it's been the same thing. Play calling has been sus. It's been not sticking to the things that we are actually good at and know that we can do. It's been, I still don't understand why Jonathan Gannon is still on the team. I know that's not Nick's lane, but that should be something that he should be very adamant about, that this dude, literally defense is costing us games. I'm not seeing development from a lot of players.
Rager. That's the only thing I don't see.
I don't know what else we have to see from this dude to be like.
I bet you weren't saying this the last couple of weeks before this game.
I was because we were beating trash teams, not the Saints, but they were hurt when we beat them. That's what I'm saying. We haven't beaten teams that I haven't seen us beat a team that I was like, oh, okay, this is a playoff caliber team, or this is a team that's not. This is a team that's on a higher level than us.
The only 2 games I could say they actually almost went down to the wire and almost could have been 2 teams were 2 playoff caliber teams were the Niners and the Chargers. That's the only 2 teams I could really think of.
What about the Chiefs?
The Chiefs.
Chiefs beat us.
The Chiefs destroyed us. I can't even.
And we got a bunch of garbage time touchdowns.
Yeah,
that's how it looked like we was gonna come back, but no, they beat us down. We got a bunch of garbage time stats. That's what I'm saying.
See, that's my biggest knock on Jalen Hurts. A lot of his stats are done in that garbage time, and everyone wants to look at it as the total body of work. That's my issue with Jalen Hurts.
Is that what we're doing?
Dak Prescott is consistent though. Dak Prescott, very rarely have I ever said Dak Prescott makes mental mistakes.
Oh yeah, he does,
and doesn't make the right decision in key moments.
Here's the thing:
he did at the end of the game. He should have made that throw.
You talking about Dak or Jalen?
Yeah, Dak.
Okay.
Dak.
Yeah, but I said rarely. This is 5th year in the league now, so you got one.
See, my thing is. Right now, I have Jalen Hurts is somewhere where, hey, he's a starting quarterback, but is he going to be that starting quarterback that just puts up garbage numbers that isn't consistent, or is he going to actually be, I guess you say,
reliable?
A souped-up game manager?
No, he's a game manager. The last 2 weeks.
No, I'm saying, is he going to be a souped-up game manager? Right. Because as a game manager, you don't just put up those numbers. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, like a Tom Brady.
This is why I've always compared him somewhat to, I'm not gonna say Teddy Bridgewater, but Tyrod Taylor.
I'm gonna say Teddy's on point.
Great.
Honestly, what I see from Jalen Hurts, I honestly see more of a young Russell Wilson because of the lack of accuracy that Russell Wilson had in his first couple of years, and Russell Wilson developed accuracy over time, and I feel like Jalen Hurts can mature.
So here's the thing. That's a misconception.
Right.
Russell Wilson was very good and very accurate early. But the thing is, his deep ball was what held him back because
the accurate deep ball. Yeah.
No, not even the accuracy of the deep ball. The fact that they didn't even throw it with him. Because think about it, that team was predicated on the running game.
Yeah,
he
and
just
that's
needed to
what
sit
Jalen
back.
Hurts is relying on right now. That's what he's relying on.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but here's the thing. You're relying on the running game to win games. The Seahawks were a team. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
They had an identity. They played hard defense. Push come to shove, they knew what their run game was going to give us. All Wilson had to do was not screw it up. Make a play here and there, and that's it. He could have a stat line of 15 and 18. No one say anything. I don't think Jalen Hurts can do that.
Right. I think he can get up to there, but I don't think right now it's getting like better for him.
Today was his worst performance as a professional by far.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying,
everything that he's been doing, this is what he's been. It's just
he hasn't been making those throws that he was doing.
What's your name?
Before he was a little smarter with that.
You're telling me that he's been playing lights out?
No.
Never said that. What's your name, man?
I'm Jay. Jarrell.
Jay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm right. Jay Milton.
Jay with the sizzle.
You just call me Jay. It's fine.
Just Jay. All right. Yeah. I'm right there with you. Because here's my thing. I came into the season. This is a rebuild. If stuff goes good, it goes good. If it goes bad, it goes bad. I just want to see consistency. That's the biggest issue with this team. We don't have consistency.
That's all I want. I agree 100%. What were you guys saying about his play earlier in the season?
Oh no, it was just the type of throws that he would have never attempted to make those throws that he did today early in the season. That's
especially into the half.
The past couple of weeks, it feels like even in the comments, when he's talked in public, Hurts has been feeling himself a little bit. I mean, like even though he's been respectful about it, you can tell he's been feeling himself.
And that's
forgive me, I didn't watch the full game. But where were those passes that he attempted?
That's why when you lock down Devonta Smith like James Bradbury did, you kind of see what Jalen Hurts is as a quarterback. Well, because now he has to start relying on guys like Quez Watkins and Jalen Reagor, who can only make so many plays happen.
Where was Dallas Goedert today?
Thank you so much.
Where was Dallas Goedert?
Thank you so much. Where?
Tell him, Frago, tell him.
My initial reaction is, what in the holy hippopotamus shit did we really just witness today? This was absolutely ridiculous.
Fuego, that's what I want to know. What did we witness today?
We had Jalen throwing the ball way too much. If Jordan Howard's agent is not on the phone with Howie Roseman, working on an extension right now, then he is a damn fool, because it is showing more and more that Jordan Howard is a big, big piece to this offense, and missing him today hurt tremendously. And like BPS said, once we lost Smith, there was nobody else left to be found. I mean, Quez Watkins had a couple of nice catches today, but Rieger just really shit the bed at the end there. Just absolutely shit the bed.
No kidding, dude. And here's the fact in terms of our receiving core. So in terms of the receiving core, our leading receiver, this is how bad our receiving core was. Kenneth Gainwell was literally the leading receiver, even though he's a running back. He was the leading receiver today with just 32 receiving yards. That's how bad our receiver core was.
Yeah, Rieger followed up with 2 receptions for 31. And that's another thing too. Look at the receptions that they caught. 2 receptions out of all those balls thrown to them. Quez Watkins, I think 4 passes his way, only 2 receptions. That's one thing. Drops we can't have.
But what about plays that weren't made? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Even on Quez's catch, Jalen was wide open. I think Smith was open and somebody else was open on that play too. But Jalen was wide open. If Jalen gets a pass, if Jalen is hitting stride, we're looking at a touchdown. And this is what I'm saying. Again, outside of the last play of the game, because we all agreed that he should have made that play. Jalen was doing everything he possibly could, man. Literally everything he possibly could to make plays today. And when he finally could, when he did need to make a first down, he made the first down. When he had to make the adjustment on the ball to go get the play or to go to put us at goal, he made that adjustment. He was wide open. If he gets hit in stride, we're looking at a touchdown. The boy can play. He just needs the opportunity to get the ball in his hands, and that is where
he had the opportunity right at the end of the game, and he blew it. How can you sit there and defend him? I don't understand.
Fair, very fair. Very fair, but that's
you don't get much better opportunity than that. It was right in his hand, not a defender's arm in sight.
That last play,
so we throw that whole thing away. We also look away. We throw away the 3 interceptions. We throw away the bad decision making. We throw away the bad passes. We throw away the what's it called? The bad play calling. We do all of that and just solely put it on Jalen looking crazy.
Oh no, I don't think it's all solely on Jalen, but I think
he should have never been a first-round pick. Let me put it that way.
Jalen takes a lion's share.
That's fine. We got him on the team, and we still need to use him. This has literally been the problem with the Eagles for the last 2 years exactly, where we have players who can make plays, but for whatever reason, they're never in the right position to do such. And I don't understand how that's the players.
He was in the right position at the end. He didn't do it at the end. He was in the right position at the end to win the game.
We're in agreement. We're right there with each other. That's one play out of the whole season of plays, mainly the game.
All it takes is one play to win or lose a game. All it takes is one play.
All right, cool. So let's take that same situation then. Why was Smith not looked at when he was wide open down the sideline? Whose fault is that then?
Maybe Jalen was told to target Rieger more this game. That's what I'm thinking.
I think whose fault is it?
But it was a bad idea.
We're a brand new number 1 wide receiver. Why was he not targeted at the end of the game, wide open down the sideline? Who do we yell about at that?
That's Jalen's fault.
I mean,
it's also coaching too. The quarterback coach.
I still want to know why Jonathan Gannon hasn't been fired yet. I'd fire him immediately. I don't like him as a defensive coordinator. I don't think
he'll do something like that within the season.
I don't like him at all. None of his defensive schemes work. He never times the blitz correctly.
Only
gave
don't
even know what our identity is on
defense. Only gave up 13 points today. I mean, really.
I saw our offensive line so bad.
Hold on, everyone. Look at that comment right there. Look at that comment.
It's a good defensive day to me.
Look how bad their offensive line is.
That would be ridiculous.
Look how bad their offensive line is, though. How do we not get more sacks on them? Like Derek Barnett
That's not Gannon though. That's on the defense. That's on the line.
I don't understand what these schemes are.
He was bringing blitzes. I mean, what else do you want him to do?
Hold up. As far as people like as far as the D line not getting pressures today, they were literally held every single play.
Yep.
I know we say in the league you're held every single play or whatever. Bro, it was blatantly bad this game.
Yeah. I don't even think the Giants got a single penalty called on them.
No, they got like one, bro. Two.
Yeah, we got two. I think we only got the one. I know we got the one against the center or whatever.
The Giants got one false start. I think that's it.
We are false starting so many times. It doesn't make sense.
And Nate Herbig is killing me. Nate Herbig is absolutely killing me.
Fair. He did also get some points.
He's killing me too.
These are problems that we had at the beginning of the season, where we're literally making touchdown plays and having them taken away from us because people aren't, or because of penalties. That's an undisciplined team, bro. That's just what I'm saying. This goes back to Nick Sirianni. What have y'all seen from this man outside of us beating bad teams, and then we play a genuine bad team? Even though it's a division game, they're genuinely a bad team, and you drop the ball.
Oh my God!
Like, what else are y'all seeing?
Here go Joel.
Joel with this.
Here we go. Here come all the Giants
fans.
What's going on, Joel?
Vic, as soon as he comes in, just kick him out. It's okay.
Heck no. I actually look out through. BPS, can you do me a solid though? Would you mind just stepping out real quick so we can discuss this with Joel right quick?
All right, I got you.
Nah, I got you, Slay. Oh, he already jumped out.
Oh. Yeah, Joel, if you can hear me, fella, come through, my guy.
Did you give him the link?
It's in the chat, but let me just.
So why didn't we try any of the wide receiver screens, running back screens that we were doing for like 4 to 6 weeks when we were terrible? If the running game's not working north and south, if we can't pass or whatever, let's get the ball into their hands quick and see if they can make a tackle.
Wonderful question.
I was invited.
Hey, here we go, Joe. Thank you, man. I appreciate you for coming through.
You got it. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, and I'm back.
Wait, guys, I'll tell you
who
what.
Left? Papa Sort left.
Damn good game.
Oh wait, he was here?
Yeah, I didn't even know Papa Sora was here.
Yeah, Papa jumped in for like 30 seconds.
It was.
Oh, I gotta
Yeah, but Joe, thank you for coming through, my guy. I appreciate you. I got
congratulations
much for you, and congratulations to you on your end. Your Giants got to win. We've heard from everyone pretty much. Let me hear from you. What are your initial reactions on today's win for you?
My win for us, I mean, you know what? I didn't expect much out of the offense. I know our offensive line stunk, but you know what? Freddie Kitchens went out there, and I could see what he was doing. The end-around play was a bad call, but that was also blown up because Nate Solder can't block for shit. I'm sorry. He's garbage. I'm so tired of seeing that guy on the field. You know, your guy made a play and made a really good tackle, and that's what stopped us on that one drive. Offensively, we got the turnovers, but we couldn't put it in the red zone. Mistakes. I do like the third down call when we tried the 50-50 ball to Galladay. It's like the first time we've seen it. So I was seeing a lot of different stuff schemed up differently. You know, how much can you learn in 3 days from an offensive coordinator? Did you see the size of his play sheet?
And that just makes this win even more hurtful for all of us here.
I didn't mean to do that, but that's what I expected. You know, Freddie Kitchens made Baker Mayfield look like a genius. And Daniel Jones finally started to show everybody what I've been talking about. He can move in the pocket, and Garrett was hindering him. Garrett was making him drop back, stand there, and wait to get hit. You saw him move forward. He tucked the ball. Yeah. Am I saying that was a perfect win by any means? Hell no. We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Y'all had a lot of creative plays, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That Ingram
in the beginning,
play,
you guys.
They got like 13 yards off that play, that Ingram play. That was a really good design by Freddie Kitchens.
And also Saquon got it going. You know, through this whole year, Saquon hasn't looked well. I'm pretty sure this was his best game all year.
And it was against who? Us.
Well, you know what? You guys really were stopping the run. We could only get 1-2 yards, maybe 3. I mean, there was a couple of times we got 4 or 5, but nothing to where you guys had to really worry about the running game.
Oh, Saquon had that big one. Where you guys were on like the 13-yard line. He had that. It was like 25 yards.
Yep, he had the one big one, but that was all our running game. If you really look at it, that's all we had.
Yeah.
Hey, if y'all get a chance, man, go look at this last play one more time. It's physically disgraceful how wide open Smith is, yo. He's like he has at least
You're making me not want to. You're making me not want to.
It's so
making
bad,
me not want
man.
to, bro.
It's so bad, and I get everybody wants to jump down Rager's throat. He deserves it, but come on, bro. He's wide open. Your number one wide receiver. Nobody. Look, he has somebody on him, but you got 3 yards on him in stride, bro. Just make the play.
Yeah, the law firm of Jalen did not represent well today.
That's bad, bro.
Pushing that Alabama connection.
Yeah, all, dude.
So, Joe, what was going through your mind when Jalen Reagor dropped those 2 passes at the end of the game?
It's on Jalen.
Oh, man, that one in the end zone, I was nervous. But then I watched the replay, and it hit him in the helmet first, and then his hands bounced up into the air, and Love almost made a spectacular interception on that.
Can we get some agreements to trade him?
Your defense today was on point. You came away with 3 interceptions. I said before, should have been 5. There were some drops. But again, that defense that you talked about earlier on Coach Dante's show, you know, how they haven't been showing up. There have been injuries. You know, they've had issues with their linebacking, losses. But today, you couldn't tell. You really couldn't tell.
Right.
They came out, they performed well. You know, you got to give credit where credit's due. That defense came ready. What did you like from the defense today?
I mean, everything. I like the way that they were containing Jalen Hurts and not allowing him to roll out and scramble a lot. I mean, Jalen Hurts is a playmaker. He's going to make some plays like that with his legs. I watched him at Alabama do that. I watched him at Oklahoma do that. The guy is phenomenal when it comes to escaping the pocket, breaking tackles, and getting a first down on his legs. And that was the one thing that scared me the most out of this whole game. And when I saw the Giants pass rushers, they'd come up to hers, but then they'd come back down so that he didn't have a lane, trying to keep him in the pocket and make him throw the ball to beat us. Whereas, we shut your running game down, I thought, quite effectively. It could have been better. The prevent there in the final minute 30, whatever was left, I did not like that at all. I mean, your defense has been balling. There's no reason to go into a prevent. And then the short gashes that you were getting out of bounds and everything. I'm like, oh, this is trouble. Here we go again.
Yeah, we said it. You know, Eagles-Giants games are always close.
Yep.
You know, they didn't disappoint, even though on our end we're very disappointed in what we saw all around from the coaching, from the plays, the players. You know, it was a horrible day for us all around. Just going forward now, when we're looking at these players, and, you know, we have a lot of decisions to make moving up. Let's be honest, for everyone.
Yeah.
How would you rate Hurts today? You know, how would you rate his performance all around? Like,
oh my gosh,
we came in last week. You know, we were raving about the kid.
Right.
We're talking about, you know, again, BPS said it. The next coming of Russell Wilson. I mean, we had a lot of praise on him. I know. I see it in your face. It's been said. It's been said. I'm not saying I said it myself, but I'm saying the talk. The talk was, you know what I'm saying? People had a lot of expectations. People were feeling high off that win. Now, when you see what happened today, where's everybody at? You know what I mean?
Right.
What do y'all think? Where do y'all think that Jalen Hurts stands? How do you rate his performance?
Oh my God.
BLS
Logan just tweeted the slay. Bradbury owns Smith.
I have no words, dude. The 3 interceptions literally killed Jalen Hurts today. I mean, those 3 interceptions right there, those are just disrespectful. So that's the negative. The only positive thing I could take away out of Jalen Hurts is the running game. I mean, he was running option plays out here, and when he took the option plays, he ran the ball and he was running through the Giants' defensive line, running past their linebackers, and he was running into their secondary. That's like the only positive thing I can take from Jalen Hurts' performance today. So if I had to go with the rating, I'd probably go D or D plus.
Key, I can't argue with you right now. I really can't with that rating. I can't. But thank you, Jordy. Let me know, what do you think? How would you rate Hurts' performance today?
Honestly, I give him a D or a D plus because this was a depressing performance, from locking onto receivers to making the wrong decisions to not progressing through his reads. Things I pointed out from the beginning of the year that I've said you've got to fix or it's going to be a problem. Look what happened. It's still a problem. And not only that, there was the 3 picks that should have been more that were dropped. And some of those, and there was some others that you may or may not be able to blame on receivers or quarterback, depending on how you see it. But it was just a disappointing performance all around from him. The only bright spot was him being able to scramble for some yards and him in the run game. But that's where the bright spots end.
Yeah, there wasn't much bright spots today. There wasn't many.
It's really painful. It was really painful to watch.
He was right. Devonta Smith was wide open, pretty wide open on that last play.
Bro, disgustingly wide open.
He's pissed after that play. You could see him. He was upset. Like,
because we lost the game.
Right there.
He's like, give me the ball, Jalen. I am your most reliable receiver on the field. Why are you throwing it to Rager? I am your most reliable receiver. Throw the ball to me.
It's a Rager, yo.
Like,
it's not the Rager thing. Like, Rager had a bad day, and that cost us the game. Fine, fair. I can get that. But your quarterback literally threw 3 turnovers. And then missed a wide open number 1 wide receiver on the other side to win the game. That is a huge red flag, yo. That is a problem.
It is. But Jerry Lee, let me get to you. What are you rating Hurts' performance today?
I think his expression says it all.
I'm right with these guys, man. Like D. I mean, it was just bad, man. I mean, congratulations for the running, but we need somebody that can throw the ball. You know, I mean, and make good decisions. Like, I don't know, man. It is disappointing. It's deflating. It's a lot of things, man. And
deflating. What are you talking about, Tom Brady now?
Yeah, Deflategate. Yeah. I mean, he's got to get this shit cleaned up, and soon, or he's gonna get traded. You know, that's the reality of it. Because Howie, you know what I mean? Quarterback factory.
You never know. You never know.
Stop. You're gonna stop now.
Foothill's my guy. I see the mask is off. I see we're in serious mode right now. The shadow is still behind you, so I know there's still a lot of feeling. Great Hurts performance today, my guy.
I mean, for me, if I'm gonna break it down, I'll give him a D minus in the air, and like a C plus on the ground. So I mean, you're looking at like a D plus, C minus at best. No, he's
way too generous.
D plus at best, Foothills. Like, come on.
That's way too generous.
D plus.
Let the man get his opinion out.
All right. Y'all said D plus, right? Not B plus. D plus, right?
Right. I said D plus, C minus at best. Yeah, that's. And I mean,
fuck it.
The fact
I love that enthusiasm, Gary.
Wait, I haven't done it yet. What are you saying, brother?
He made some. Don't get me wrong, you guys. He made some very bad decisions today, especially on the interception right before the half, and then the third one where he threw it into double coverage, trying to force the ball to Jalen Reagor down the field. Is another terrible throw. But you know, the guy, I've seen him make smart decisions. I've seen him win football games. Yeah, it's been against subpar opponents. I get that, but I'm not ready to close the book on Jalen Hurts right now. I'm really not. I think, you know, with some proper coaching, some more experience, just working on things on his end, that he can definitely get better. But I think it was the worst performance I've seen from Jalen, especially throwing the ball today.
Exactly.
There's no
Wow. DeMarcus Cousins signed with the Bucks.
Yeah, I saw that. Boogie on the Bucks, man. Joining Giannis and company.
Former Sacramento King, DeMarcus Cousins.
Boogie and the Greek Freak. All right, but Mitch, my guy, what are you gonna rate Hurst's performance for today?
Is this a letter for you? F. And I gotta ask, what is worse, the Eagles loss or the Ohio State loss? What is worse?
Eagles.
Well, I care more about the Eagles, so.
I mean, for me, I'm a Michigan fan, so I gotta be happy about something.
Mitch, you can ask me that question. Thank you very much.
that was towards you.
I think it's a freaking tie, bro. I can't even separate.
But seriously, Jalen Hurts sucked. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. This explains it all. F. I'm agreeing with Key in the building.
Yeah. Jay, let me get your thoughts on his performance. What did you think?
So I took a little time and looked at what.
I'm sorry. I meant Jay Fizzle. I'm sorry. I was going down the line. I apologize.
Bruh.
Played some hopscotch there.
Listen, man. Again, I can't understate how much I'm with everybody that Rager should have made the final catch. I'm with everybody 100%. That's fine. But to do that and not to echo the fact that he caused us to have 3 of the worst turnovers we've had this season. We really got to start asking questions if he's the guy. We really got to start looking ourselves in the face and seeing if he's the dude.
Oh.
Giants literally forced us to be like, hey, Jalen, go play quarterback. And he did, or just throw the ball and play quarterback. And he did, and we failed miserably. The offense looked out of place. Everything looked bad. I don't know where you like. We can only go up from here.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he's not horrible. I'm pissed.
Don't say that. We got the Jets next week. Don't say that.
The Jets oh my God! Yeah, the Jets just beat the Texans today.
Bro,
yeah.
if we don't beat the Jets, then I don't even know what to say. If we don't beat the Jets, bro.
Yeah, we beat the Jets. I'm gonna have conniption. We lose to the Jets. I'm gonna have conniption. I'm gonna snap dog. That's it for me. But yeah, no. As far as a grade, F-, F-. He was terrible today. Any other quarterback plays like this, they should be fired and they shouldn't even get their game checked, bro. You know what I made fun of all season long? Ryan Fitzpatrick. As soon as I found out that he was going to be Washington's quarterback. You want to know why I made fun of him? Because he had that goofy game where he threw all those stupid interceptions and people still kept giving him a job.
Mm-hmm.
Now Jalen's on that list, all right? And hopefully this is just an isolated incident. Man, I'm hot.
That's about right.
Isolated incident. He had a bad game.
It's a connection issue.
He continues to go for it. But again, everything that happened today has been building up all season long. The inaccuracies, the staring down receivers, the not going through your progressions, terrible footwork on throws, not seeing the open man, missing open wide receivers completely. It's at some point we got to start asking ourselves, hey, bro, we're going to continue to try and develop this dude out of these situations. And then also, who are we going to get to develop him out of these situations? Because we continue to say the same things, like play calling is bad, like not using players to their right ability is bad. Like it's whatever. But as far as today, to answer your question, as far as the grade goes, F-, double minus, triple minus. Oh, he should walk back to Philly today too. Him and they should hitchhike all the way.
Here's your roller skates, buddy.
Giving him the making the band treatment. Good Lord.
It's
bro. I'm very interested to hear what you got to say, Joe, because you're an unbiased. You're not a fan. You're seeing it from the outside in. I mean,
right.
From the outside. What did you think of Jalen Hurts' performance as a Giants fan? As an opponent coming into the Meadowlands, what did you see out of the kid?
Well, I watched Jalen Hurts at Alabama for 3 years because I like Alabama. I like watching their football. A lot of pros come out of Alabama, so it's nice to watch that team, and see all the guys that are coming out and go to the next level, who can make it and who not. And then I watched him at Oklahoma because Oklahoma was in the playoff hunt, so I watched those football games too. And I said it with AK, and I am so sorry, the guy in the top right, I forgot your handle.
Vick3.
Yes, I was on your channel, I think, and I said that I need to see Hurts from the pocket throw more. Your running game is opening up the game for Hurts a lot, so where he can definitely show his talents of what kind of a football player he is, because he likes to make the first read and then run. When your running backs are gashing teams for 6, 7, 8 yards a pop, that opens up the playbook for him. And he can cover some of that stuff. When you guys are getting 250, 270 yards a game out of your running backs, that really makes an improvement for Jalen, because that's what would happen at Alabama. I mean, look at the guys that Jalen Hurts was thrown to. Not only Devonta Smith, but
you had Waddle down there.
Yeah, Waddle, and there was a couple more, but he was throwing to talent. So when he got benched in that one championship game, it was because Clemson was playing up and making Hurts throw the deep ball. So they benched him, put in Tua Tagovailoa, and that's where the whole conflict started. And then he left and went to Oklahoma. But if you look at Jalen Hurts' game in college, unfortunately, they didn't evolve his game to be a passer. He is an RPO quarterback that likes to run the football if that RPO isn't there. I'm not trying to be derogatory towards your quarterback. I'm not trying to put him down. That's the play style that I saw in college, and I still see it today. That would be my take.
That's what I'm looking for. I want to see someone that isn't,
right.
Eyes solely set from Philadelphia. You get that outside look. But let me just also ask you this, because we're talking about Jalen Hurts, but what did you see out of your quarterback today, out of Daniel Jones? What did you think of his performance today?
I think you saw a 180 because he wasn't standing back there taking shots. He moved in the pocket. He was manipulating. He threw back across his body to the tight end and got a first down. Jason Garrett wouldn't let him take off and run for a 13-yard first down. He just took what was given to him. Okay, the pocket collapsed. You know what? I got room to the right. I'm going to gain 5 yards. I'm going to take off.
He didn't have anybody to throw to either.
Right. I mean, some of the guys were closed, and you know what? He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't try to outdo himself. He stuck within the game plan of Freddie Kitchens. I have never seen Daniel Jones go over and hug Jason Garrett, but he went over and hugged Freddie Kitchens. That's what I've been telling everybody about Daniel Jones. I said, you know what? The kid can do this, but he's not being coached right. And now it's coming out with the New York Giants. John Mara actually had his hooks into Jason Garrett and protected him because Joe Judge wanted to fire his ass last November.
I mean, if Freddie
Kitchens he wanted to blow up the whole offense. He wanted it gone. And now you look at the play from Daniel Jones today on a 3-day week, learning plays from Freddie Kitchens. I'm looking forward to Miami now. I think we can beat Miami if that defense comes and plays the way it is.
Y'all should be
put up 25 points.
Miami, please beat Miami.
Yeah, we're going to try.
Please.
But no,
we would love that draft pick.
I know. We're going to try.
We need the draft pick, man. We need that early.
Like I told AK, though,
we need that early pick from Miami.
We're going to play spoiler.
As far as Jones go, he looked a lot like a. He looked. I don't mean no disrespect by this, but like a low-level Andrew Luck, where he was like, all right, I'm going to take what's there. I'm going to hit my guy. I'm going to be accurate with my throws. And if it's not there, I can take off running if I needed to. I needed to. He looked real like that. A little bit Derek Carr-ish. I liked it. It was honestly played a lot better than I thought he actually would today. And he actually showed he could play in this league.
He had a lot of confidence today.
Exactly.
He did miss some targets, though. He wasn't like a hunter. He wasn't like a A. I give him a B. Him a B.
Right. I'm not saying that he's completely evolved, but I mean, my God, to go from what he was last week against Tampa Bay to this week against – you guys got a pretty good defense. You guys were shutting down teams, last 3 weeks. So – you guys weren't playing that bad.
We got good players on defense, but the defense as a whole is.
Well,
there's a lot of openings. But,
I gotta give Daniel Jones this. He didn't fall flat on his face today.
Right.
Bro.
We have no room to be talking smack about Daniel Jones right now.
He's got a lot of room to grow,
whatever
though.
makes you smile and happy.
If he improves like this in one game, I cannot wait to see the end of 7 games because that's really going to give us our answer. And if he is the guy going forward, that makes this draft just so much easier. Draft offensive lineman.
Yeah,
you know, if the Bears can give us that. Huh?
Y'all ready to pay him some real money?
I'd give him 30, 35 million if he continues to grow these next 7 weeks. This is only his third year. This is only his third year. So we have the 4th year, the 5th year option that we have to pick up in May. So we really don't have to pay him for another 3 years. So this is still open. So if he shows us an improvement the next 7 weeks, run with him next year. All right, build the offensive line, get a stud edge rusher because that's exactly what we're really missing. And then we got if Jones isn't the guy, you draft the following year, but you got a team ready for the rookie to come into. He's not coming in like Daniel Jones came into a hot mess.
Well, did you see when Nick Sirianni's press conference? Nick Sirianni says Devonta Smith came to him and said he wants the ball. I love the fact that he wants the ball in crunch time.
No shit.
Dude. One of your quarterback just decided not to throw to him. So
that's ridiculous.
Well, that's my video for tomorrow.
This is actually scary.
Real quick, I got a jet. So, Vic, appreciate you letting me on. Guys, I always love talking to you and chopping it up with you.
Take care, buddy.
I got to bounce too.
Hey, I appreciate you both for coming through, fellas, man. Thank you so much.
I love it, man. I will try to be back next week. If you have the show next week, I'll definitely try to be on as best I can.
Always.
But everybody be safe this week. Enjoy yourselves. This loss sucks, but there's you know?
Hey, at least we're not the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Shut up, man. Oh my God.
What's it called? I have a podcast with my homie. It's called Because of Fergie on YouTube. We just talk about random stuff. You guys can go over there and subscribe and like and just come say what's up to us. We're live every Thursday at around 8:00 Central Time, so 9:00 Eastern Time. So if y'all come up, just say what's up. We'd love to see you guys. Love to chop it up with you. But y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good Sunday. I'll see y'all later.
Take care.
Appreciate you coming through, talking to you. Definitely, man. Tune in. Jalen, you know, we didn't get to hear from you much. Let me get your thoughts on what you thought about Jalen Hurts' performance today, my guy.
So overall, it was probably a D. I don't consider him. The reason why I say it's not too generous is because some of those balls were placed on the money and those were drop balls. If those balls were caught, we have a different tone slightly. You get what I'm saying? So I have to take that in totality of what we saw. He was pretty good with his legs. And one of the things that I did see the Giants did, and I was waiting on it to happen because I took a minute and looked at some of the film what was out there already. None of their stunts came from that right side of the offensive line. They kept him in the pocket because Jalen Hurts. Everyone runs that stunt. They come inside. He peeks in, then he ducks out. And then that's where you have that kind of a scramble drill. Everybody's going to the sideline. Okay, that's a 12-yard pass, or he scrambles for 8 to 10 to 12 or whatever. They took that away today. And you saw he had to make throws. Okay? Some of them, and this is where the consistency point comes into play. He's not consistent in making throws. You get what I'm saying? And my biggest problem, he still neglects the middle, literally the middle of the field. From tackle to tackle, 5 to 15 yards in. There's no one running straight, turning inside, and he hits that. Everything is outside of, not outside the numbers, but outside the hash marks when they do that. So that's a big thing for me. He's not. It looks like to me he doesn't want to go ahead and place a ball between defenders. And I get that it's a risky throw, but it's still an NFL throw you have to make. That's some of my knocks on Hurts. You get what I'm saying? Defense. My fault. I didn't know we were talking about defense or not.
And then I was just solely on Hurts's performance at the moment.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to explain something I was talking about earlier. You need more east to west movement. I mean, we need more east to west movement in terms of getting the defense to flow. The reason why I'm saying that is because it's going to open up it's going to make the passing game a lot easier. You run downhill, guess what? Everybody's just going to turn their backs to you, play zone coverage, and make you thrown into the window. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah.
And that has to do with a lot of the development of Hurts. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say Hurts right now is above Tyrod Taylor, but he's a souped up Tyrod Taylor right now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a very good comparison, man. That's a very good comparison.
So
now for me, I would say, yeah, I'm gonna have to follow suit and give Jalen that D, pause on that. But I mean, he didn't have a good game. We all said it. It's the worst game we've seen from him this season. 3 interceptions. It was ridiculous. The decision making was horrible. There was times that he was in the pocket, and yes, he stuck in, but there were times where he stuck in a little too long. You saw it. He was looking around for open. If he didn't have it, he could have ran out the pocket and got maybe a first down or something close to it. Made some movement. He didn't do that. Again, I go back to that decision making. There were a lot of times where we all talked about it. There were guys open, and he didn't take advantage. I seen some things that I did like. We all said he doesn't go to the left. Today he went to the left. It didn't work out. We had some issues with some hold calls that didn't go back. But again, Hurts all around did not have a good game. You know what I mean? He didn't take anything to his advantage. It was bad all around. We can blame play calling. We can blame Rager all we want. We can blame Sanders, but a lot of it has to do with Rager and the decisions he's made. So yeah, I'm not gonna let him get away with this one. We've seen a lot of good out of him. The past four weeks. You got to take the good with the bad, and today was very bad. But I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So So this panel was speaking a different tune about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
What do y'all think about Howie now? This draft class, the last 5 draft classes, really. What do you really think?
He still has to go. I've been saying that.
Hashtag he must go. I don't care what anybody says. He's got to go. I'm done.
I would love for Jeffrey Lurie to finally be over it and done with the Howie experience. But that's a decision we can't make, and it looks like he's not going to make that decision.
Let me also ask this question: What do you think about our draft class this year?
There's no quarterback. There's no quarterbacks I want.
No, he's talking about the draft picks that have been made already
from last year. So 2021 draft picks.
Yeah, my bad.
All good money.
I think some of them are good. There's some bright spots. Again, we don't know what we have in Milton Williams. He shows flashes. That was a pretty good pick. Again, Smith we already know was a good pick. Kenny Gainwell, he came in today again, leading receiver, fifth round pick. There's some good,
which is 32 receiving yards, by the way, for Gainwell.
Yeah, there's some guys that we haven't even seen. We talked about it before. Stevens, where has he been? Why hasn't he been on the field? If one of our issues is linebacker, why hasn't he been given a chance?
Or Jacoby.
That's what I'm talking about, Stevens.
Yeah, Jacoby Stevens. Yeah.
So here's where I'm going with this. We all like Devonta Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Devonta Smith is a game breaker?
Right now, no.
Need to see more.
Will he ever be game breaker? Based off what you've seen so far.
I think he can be.
He could be.
What leads you to
that?
Yeah,
if he had a better quarterback.
If he gets the ball.
I'm asking let me preface my comment here.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan Allen is a great wide receiver, not a game breaker.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what I see Devonta Smith is in the mold of. Now, I like Keenan Allen. Huh?
You see him more as just a possession receiver?
I'm not even talking about as in the style of play. I'm talking about the level of impact.
Okay.
So what we've seen from Jamar Chase, oh my God, he had 200 yards receiving. He blew them. He was the reason why they got blown out. The got blown out a few weeks ago. You look at Julio. You look at name the list of your top wide receivers. That just are game changers. Not consistent guys who are really, really good. Game changers. Like you give them 2 plays, that's 2 touchdowns. Oh, now we have a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I like Devonta Smith, but I have to be realistic of what he is. He's a very consistent, great route running wide receiver. I don't think he'll ever be a game breaker. So with the 10th pick overall in the draft, do you think that pick was worth it?
At the moment, I'm gonna still say yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah, I still think he was. I mean, I think he just had a bad game today.
I'll say this. Could you imagine
I'm not even talking
our
about
season
today's
would look
game.
like?
I'm talking about over for the full year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Could you imagine? I'm just talking about his impact overall. Could you imagine what our season would have been without him?
Without Devonta Smith?
Yeah, because I'm guaranteeing it would have been a lot worse.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Whiteside would be starting.
Exactly.
Or Greg Ward.
We would have had J-Jaw starting for God's sake if Devonta Smith was
he had
here.
2 catches today.
So
that's 3.
Here's my thing. Y'all set the bar very, very low.
He's not going to give us that every
Greg
freaking
Ward.
week.
But that's the thing. Y'all set the bar very, very low. Greg Ward and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, they're bottom of the NFL wide receivers. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, they don't get the ball.
So look at Jalen Waddle. Different player, different type of guy. Matter of fact, comparison. What I'm talking about. DeAndre, great wide receiver, great route runner, great hands, keep the game open in 2 passes. I don't think Devonta Smith will ever be that. I think he's a good player. But that 10th pick, I'm a little skeptical about it now.
I don't know,
That's
man.
just me.
If you got a better, quarterback play, then he's going to be worth your money. You know what I'm saying? Like if he was given the chance, it'd be better.
I'll say this: when
I
you're
get
talking
what you're
about
saying,
Jamar
but
Chase, I see what you're saying because Jamar Chase, especially this year, his rookie season, he's hitting those home runs. You know what I mean? He's going out. But again, you got to look at how they're using Chase compared to how we're using Smith.
Yep. It comes down to coaching too. Yeah.
Same thing with Waddle too. You got to look at how they're using him compared to how we're using Smith.
Yeah, I mean, if they use Smith like more on the post routes and crossovers, you know what I mean, up the field, because that's how he was used. They're not using him the way he used to be played in college.
So here's my thing. I'm not talking about how the players used. I'm talking about their potential maximum in. Say everything was perfect for Devonta Smith. His ceiling.
Like I was saying though, like if you give the guy a chance, he's gonna be that guy. I mean, but he's not given the chance. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't.
So when you say that guy, but which guy are we talking about? Is he gonna be a Keenan Allen or is he gonna be a D Hop?
Nah, he's gonna be
that's
Marvin
a big
Harrison.
jump. If you say now, understand Marvin Harrison is better than both D Hop and Keenan Allen. That is a high
I'm not
ball.
saying he's gonna be the same thing, but I'm saying like that the way Marvin played, the way Marvin was used. That's how I see him.
No. So I think I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to compare the play style to the impact. What I'm trying to say is at Devonta Smith's height, absolute height, where is he going to fall? Is he going to be a top 10 receiver? Is he going to be, and when I say top 10, I mean as in he's in the top 10, but the thing is, he's more consistent. He's not going to be he can give you a 1,000 cuts, but the thing is, you don't have to worry about him killing you in 2 plays and changing the momentum of a game.
I don't know about that, man. I definitely think he could.
Okay. So I just want to get a general consensus because I think there's a lot of everyone loves Devonta Smith. We all think he's having a really good rookie year, but I'm just skeptical about what is his peak.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things to it. You know what I mean? Like you can't just be like, oh, well, it's the guy. But if the guy's not getting the ball, then how can he be the guy?
Well, I'll say this: his floor is a lot higher than his ceiling.
This doesn't even stop at the NFL level. I think this reaches back to the college level for me as well. It's just who that there is.
Dude, he lit up.
You get what I'm
games.
saying?
But he lit up games in the college level.
It could be also that maybe we do need that tall burner, I'm saying, to blow off the top.
Yeah,
it could be that because if you have that, then I'm not trying to say it takes less attention away from Devonta, but it gives him more room to work.
Yeah.
Is it me? I'm lagging.
He's not T.O. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, like you said, he's not like Chase. Like he's not that guy that's going to give you, just burn you on a 50-yard run and keep it pushing or out jump him. You know what I'm saying? Like on a 50-50 going down. Like that's not going to be him. He's going to be the guy that's going to catch.
He did last game. He did last game.
That was a great play he did there. But you know what I'm saying? Like that was over the shoulder too. Like he's that guy that's going to be coming on a slant and just burning you on for a touchdown.
Right. He's not Deshaun Jackson, or any of those guys.
Yeah, he's that guy that'll make a double move and you'll just catch him open. That's Devonta right there. It's not his speed that's going to get him open. It's his footwork. I think that's the difference between those guys, like Chase and Waddle. It's their speed that gets them open. It's not their footwork.
Right.
But going forward, we talked about the offensive lot. And I feel like this is like a weekly subject that we continue to bring up. At least I do. What are your thoughts on Coach Gannon today? It was at times an admirable performance, but then at times it's just like, why are they just running through us like this? What is going on? Why is it like we can't seem to get a series of defensive plays together? Why is it that we're not creating pressure? Why is Daniel Jones running around the pocket free? What is going on? Let me start off with you, Mitch. What did you think about today, about the defense today?
Garbage, trash. I mean, what else is there to say? But I forget, who did we play last week?
Played the
Saints.
We attacked, we rushed, and we didn't even sack Trevor Simeon. And, what's with Gannon and with bad quarterbacks? I mean, we're not doing anything. Did we blitz at all?
We did blitz. We did have some good blitzes. But there were times where the Giants were, they were quick on it. They picked up.
Yeah, they're not getting home.
Also, I got one thing. There was this one blitz that I saw where we brought 6 men up, somehow did not sack Daniel Jones, and we left Kenny Golladay wide open. We had like linebacker and like 2 secondary pieces out there, and we left Kenny Golladay wide open. Had 6 men on the line. They were all attacking Daniel Jones, and somehow Daniel Jones gets the ball out and still finds Kenny Golladay. Like, how in the world? It just doesn't make sense.
It didn't all. Joe, again, as a Giants fan, what did you see out of our defense today? What was it that the Giants were able to figure out?
Man, I tell you what, I thought the defense was giving us trouble. When I was watching that and Hernandez and Solder on the right-hand side of the line and you guys were just blowing them up continuously, I sat the whole game just bitching out Solder, watching him get torched. You guys had a couple of great plays off of Cox made a terrific play against Solder, that one where he crashed down inside off the Solder and tackled the guy behind the line of scrimmage and made it 2nd and 12 for us. I really did not think that I thought you guys were bringing more pressure. I mean, Daniel Jones got knocked around quite a bit. At least that's what I was seeing.
Hey, that's what we need to see. Because again, like I said, we're looking on our end. we're looking at it biasly because we have expectations.
Right.
You're actually seeing it, with wide eyes, fresh eyes, and you're seeing how they're attacking. I was about to go to Jalen. Jerry Lee, what did you think of Coach Gannon's performance, the defense overall?
It was shaky. You know what I mean? Like I think it was like a roller coaster ride, like he's been since the start. His timing is off. Like he doesn't time the blitzes right. Like he's not Jim Johnson. We'll just put it that way. You know what I mean? He's
Definitely.
and we need that in Philadelphia. Because we like hard-nosed football, and if you're going to be held to that standard here, you know what I mean? Like if you're not a good coach, we're going to bash you, and that's just about it.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Jalen, you seem to have some issues. Let me ask, what did you think about Coach Gannon's play calling and the defense performance all around?
His play calling has been his play calling all year. I'm not putting too much attention into that. My issue is his defense is very undisciplined, and the fact that I saw Daniel Jones literally scramble out to the right, and what's his name? Not Antoine Winfield. What's the guy? 28. Can't think of his name. Harris overran the tight end that flared out the back that he was supposed to have the whole time. Never even paid attention to him. Let me try and see if I can make a play. Let me see if I can cut off, make an interception. And that stuff gets us killed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you have teams carving us up. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Oh, you have 8 straight completions. Wait, what? Stuff like that. This defense is very undisciplined, and it's scary. You get what I'm saying? Because we had high hopes for Gannon. And as a matter of fact, they talked about Gannon being a potential head coach in the next, 2 years when he came in to Philly. So I'm a little bit skeptical on all this stuff now.
If that's the case, I would have said that would have been premature to call him a head coach, but he was just a DB's coach. But for me, I think
But think about it. Listen to the reputation that he came to Philly with. Because everybody heard great stuff about Jonathan Gannon. Oh, he's a hidden gem. He's this, he's that. Nick Sirianni was the one where people were like, why the hell does this guy have a job? You get what I'm saying? But now we've got to see stuff play out. Oh, he's over his head as well.
Yeah, true.
Not saying he doesn't have bright moments every once in a while, but consistently he's a bit over his head.
It clearly shows. It does. At times, you know what I'm saying? It looks like, there's a lot of confusion. We're sometimes we're a little too soft. We're not blitzing today. We tried to blitz and it didn't work out. But overall, like the defense, they had their ups and downs. And we weren't able to hold on to give it a win, but they tried their best. They weren't the biggest reason why we lost. There was a possible interception by Maddox that got called back. There were some plays that were there. We didn't get home. That's the main point. We didn't pressure enough. We didn't get home. We didn't sack Daniel Jones at all. We didn't get him bothered. Even though, like I said, we created some pressure, but we didn't get at him. We didn't get him at him enough to get him bothered at all. Those receivers, for the most part, they were.
And think about it. Every Giants fan will tell you they hate their offensive line.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be our strength, our defensive line. Why aren't you seeing results?
Yeah, exactly. And we see it today. Fletcher Cox, for the most part, I dog him all the time. I say he doesn't give, enough effort. But today I saw it. He was out there. He was trying to create pressure. There were many times, too, where, a lot of defensive linemen were being held. For whatever reason, the refs basically let the game be the game, and, they let some calls get away. I'm not going to blame it all on them because they shouldn't be a factor in the game. But, that defensive line, they have been on heavy regression. It's ridiculous. Josh Sweat, where's he gone? Hargraves lost. There's a lot going on. Hopefully, we can get things back on track. But as I'm talking about the defense, and a lot of that has to do with the physicality. Let me ask a question. Do you think the loss of Jordan Howard was a big factor today?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me start off with you, Joel. As a Giants fan, you've seen the Eagles the past 2 weeks. You've seen how they were running the ball. We were, I think, second or first in the league the past 3 weeks. Do you think that was a big hurt for us not having Howard on the field?
Yeah, he got hurt. What, in the third quarter or
last week? He got hurt
last week. Didn't you have another running back tonight that got hurt? Did we saw walking on the sideline, or did he come back into the game?
That was Miles Sanders. I don't know if he got back in or not.
Because it seemed like you just had the one guy.
We were running the ball with Boston Scott, though.
Boston Scott, yeah.
Yeah. A three-headed monster is always a three-headed monster. It looked like the Giants' game plan was to stop the run. You never know if the guy's not in there. Our linebacking core is kind of weak. That's how Jalen Hurts was gashing us. We just weren't having the productive linebacker play that we needed to come up into the holes and shut them down so that Hurts couldn't run for, 8, 9, 10, 12 yards. I think it was the third quarter. He had 77 yards already running the football. It's hard to say because, looking at Patrick Graham, that's what his game plan was, is to make sure your running backs couldn't really gash us and contain Hurts. So would he have been a factor or not? I don't know because, your other two were, so they're all pretty much the similar style, aren't they?
Scott's more of a slasher. Miles Sanders more overall. I would say they're more the same style. They can, but overall, when you look at it, it was 200 yards that we got on the Giants rushing.
Right.
When you look at it, it was spread around between Hurts, Scott, and Sanders. Sanders and Scott actually tied for 64 yards. Boston had more rushing attempts with 15. Miles only 9. Miles had when you look at it on paper, you look at Miles and you said it's a decent day for only having 9 attempts with 7.1 yards per average.
Right.
Any quarterback would want that, but again, when you actually watch the game, that isn't really what it looked like. It wasn't really a good game. Miles had some mistakes. Boston, I believe, fumbled, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, he fumbled the ball
right there
right
he
into
is
the
in the last drive.
hands.
Yeah,
he fumbled the ball right into the defender's hands before we made the Giants go 3 and out when they had their next drive, and we prevented them from getting a first down, and then we got the ball back, and that was when the Eagles just came up short.
Yeah, momentum was being stopped by mistakes, costly mistakes. And I mentioned before we were on the live together with Coach Dante, the only way we're going to lose this game is if we did it to ourselves. And that's exactly what happened today. The Eagles stepped in front of themselves and, they botched everything up. Defense tried as much as they could. I can't blame them as much. The offense was just horrid. I would say early on the play calling, the execution, mental errors, all around offense was just bad.
I get your frustration after a loss. I really do because, we've lost 7 games this year. And you start nitpicking and you start looking at, areas where you went wrong, areas you need to improve. If you really think about this game, guys, you were in it for until the last 20 seconds on that fourth down. If you really consider the game, your defense held us to only 3 points in the first half after 3 turnovers. You guys were moving the ball. And unfortunately, Hurts threw that pick right there at the end of the second quarter before halftime. Out of everything, that's really the one play that hurt you the most, is not even coming away with 3, because that would have been a difference maker. Because if you had that 3, when we kicked the last field goal, we would have only been up by 3, and you guys were well within field goal range. You wouldn't have had to go for the deep shots and everything. So if I was to look at the loss on the Eagles side, it would be the Hurts interception before halftime. But as far as that, I mean, your defense was stepping up. They were getting us 3 and out, making it like, second and long, third and long. And we're just not a team that's going to be able to get out of that hole. So I mean, if you want to have a positive side of it, you were one play away from winning the game. If you want to, look and say, well, I understand your frustration. Believe me, I do, because when your team loses, especially to a division opponent, you look down on a lot of things. So you're looking at the quarterback, you're looking at the running back, you're looking at the turnovers, you're looking at the wide receiver routes. You're looking at special teams. Because, I mean, our special teams was gashing you a little bit. We had a couple of nice returns, pinned you inside the 10-yard line a couple of times. You guys fought your way out of it, flip field position, but then we were able to go back down like we missed a field goal. So, I mean, that could have been a very, very important 3 points, because if we make that field goal, we would have been up by 9, and then this wouldn't have been happening. But because you guys drove us back for that missed field goal attempt, I mean, that's what your defense did. So when I say you guys got a pretty good defense, that's what I mean. Your defense actually was keeping you in the game, even though mistakes were made. I mean, come on, 4 turnovers and you only lost by 6. My God, we should have had 30 points
we should
on
have
you
lost,
guys.
but if we went for a field goal at the halftime, I mean, we would have lost by 3.
Yeah, but you had time on the clock, man. Can you really nitpick that decision going for 7? You want to show confidence in your quarterback. Confidence,
I knew this was going to happen. I knew from the jump, because it's Nick Sirianni we're talking about. It's this defense looking bad in the first half. So I'm like, you know what? Take the 3. We get the ball back.
Right. That's what I was afraid of. And we got the interception. I was like, yes, we held them to nothing in the first half. I mean, I was cheering, and we're only up 3 freaking points.
Yeah, listen,
that's the game. I mean,
so I got to ask you something. What was this bet with Logan?
Bet was Logan is I had Detroit 3.5. He took the Bears because I told him that Detroit was going to cover that spread.
Oh.
And the loser had to shave his head. If he won, I would have had to send him $15.
Oh my gosh. That was the best bet ever. I love how it ended up. It was great how Logan went on. He took a picture. He took it like a man. I mean, he took it like a man. He shaved it off.
And I told him I'm going to send him something special. I ain't going to tell you it all, but you're going to see it. Trust me. I'm going to, the kid manned up. I got a lot more respect for him for shaving his head, going through with a bat and everything. No, I thought about that, but no, I'm not going to send him a wig. No, trust me. I can't spoil it because the little prick's probably watching right now, so I can't. I don't dare say anything, but I got a nice surprise coming his way for manning up and going through with that bet. So,
hey, Random, you are 1,000% right, because that was just about the comment. This is one of the reasons why I love Joe, because it's an honest opinion, but he does make us feel better about our team because he's looking at it from the outside, and because
outside looking in, right?
Yeah, well, he's looking at us with good eyes, because again, he sees the good out of it. We don't right now because we're dealing with this loss, but he can see the good. He can see through all the anger that we can't see.
Oh, because when his team wins, they probably are actually happy about it. I mean, when our team wins,
dude, listen, we got into the chat. I mean, my God, we were going into halftime with a lead, and every Giants fan's going, "Oh God," just before that turnover. Oh, God, we're giving up 7. Oh, my God, we're losing the game. Oh, my God, here we go again. Blah, blah, all this negativity and bullshit coming at us. And, I mean, me and Pat lost it. We're like, you know what, man, we ain't dealing with this crap no more. We're winning the freaking game. We're going into halftime with a lead. It's only 3 points, but you know what? We're not behind. And it's still going on. We won the freaking game, and everybody's like, oh, the offense sucks. I didn't see improvement from the offense. Daniel Jones didn't look that good. He still sucks. We need a quarterback. And we can't even enjoy a friggin' win.
Yeah, that sounds like us sometimes. I'll be honest.
Right.
that sounds like us sometimes.
It's like Eagles champ who say the same thing. Jalen Hurts, he does bad. He does bad one game, and then he's on his side.
Dude,
it's like why everyone says, why do you support this guy?
I had to deal with that.
I don't know.
Why do you have a Daniel Jones jersey? You ain't going to be able to keep it because I says he's going to be your quarterback next year. And I've been fighting for him ever since he got drafted. Hey, and people have been having a hell of a time to understand. And it's like, dude, I see something you guys don't. Wait, watch. It's going to come out.
So you like that pick?
I love Daniel Jones's that draft day. Yes, I was laughing like hell. I was watching Bad Dog and Entertainer, and they went off the charts, nuts, crazy, mad.
I have a couple friends who are Giants fans, and they hated that pick.
I love it.
No, because I wasn't mad that they did that. I was of course I was happy, but like because it was hilarious. But I thought they should have taken Josh Allen. That was the best pick for y'all. I think Allen made sense.
The minute they said Daniel Jones and not Dwayne Haskins, I was a happy freaking camper. I'm not gonna lie.
You're lucky. Yeah, you are very lucky that Dwayne Haskins wasn't.
Exactly. You know,
Josh Allen.
The minute I heard rumors from Mel Kiper, it was like 2 days before the draft. I watched some film on him. I'm like, this kid can throw the freaking ball.
Yeah.
This kid's got a hell of a touch when he wants to throw it 40 yards. And I'm watching the Duke receivers just drop everything. I'm like, oh my God, if he had a line. He still doesn't have one, but.
Yeah, I didn't get to say it yet, but congrats, Joe. I mean,
thank you. I saw it in the chat.
I mean, hey, did I not say that?
Thank you, Joel. See, Joel spit out facts again with a closet Giant fan. You
That's
know
right.
he is.
I'm a Giants fan. Are you a closet Giants fan or a Lions fan? Can someone?
I am a diehard Eagles fan. I was pissed.
Yeah.
And you're a bandwagon for the Lakers. Okay.
He's got an Eli Manning jersey in his closet. Don't let him kid you. He showed it to me one time.
If only you were an Ohio State Buckeyes fan, I'll be trolling the heck out of you right now.
You're right.
I'm an Auburn fan. So.
Of course.
That's it too. I picked Michigan to win. They won. I picked Alabama to win. They won. I picked the Giants to win. Slay told me I was freaking nuts. He goes, dude, there's no way. AK went off on me. He's like, there ain't no. I can't wait to jump on AK.
Hey, Joe,
I'm not gonna lie.
Did I not say the Giants would win at the start of the week?
You're the one that said that the Giants are going to win, the Eagles are going to lose, and then yesterday you were talking so much crap. I needed chest tweeters.
I switched at the very last second.
Yeah, you did switch at the very last second. So you know what? When are you going to listen to this old fart sitting over here?
Mike Nixon is one.
Yeah, I said Miami's going to beat the Ravens. Oh, there ain't no way in hell Miami's going to beat the Ravens. Yeah, what happened?
Miami just won.
Yeah, Miami beat the Ravens. I called that upset.
Yeah, Miami's I'm sorry, but Miami's about to put a whooping on the Giants.
Oh my goodness, here we go again.
The Giants are about to put them back in reality.
Yeah, Auburn's going to win. Yeah, okay.
I got the Packers here against the Rams, 20-17, 40 seconds to go.
Oh, wait, Packers are winning?
Yeah.
Right now, 2017.
It's ridiculous.
Stafford looks like crap.
How's OBJ looking?
That's a regression. That's a team that's on the decline. The past 3 weeks are ridiculous.
Yo, OBJ's not even doing anything. That's crazy.
He's garbage.
That was the worst. He should have gone to Green Bay.
Man.
I'm telling you.
The Giant fans that still want that guy back, and you know what? It's like OBJ's been hurt the last couple of years. Like it'd be worthwhile to have him for $20 million on a cap.
Wanted him back.
Yeah,
name other ones.
I don't want him.
Oh, but say for the right price, you wouldn't take him back at all.
No, I don't want him at all. No.
To me, he's overrated. I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, you know what? Eli Manning made OBJ.
Oh yeah,
Eli Manning made OBJ.
That's a fire take.
There's a few of us that believe that Eli Manning made OBJ because with Baker Mayfield, he's done none. He's been hurt 2 years, and now he's got Stafford throwing him the ball a couple of times. Stafford forced it there. When he first got on the team last week on a deep shot and it got picked off
right now.
Yeah.
So how about that Ohio State Buckeyes?
That's right.
Stop talking about
I know a lot of people in Ohio.
My God, eventually you're going to give me a headache over the game.
Maize and blue, baby. You're going to hear it from me all week until we beat Iowa.
Hey,
bro,
I'll tell you
when you lose in the college football playoffs, I will be making a video. I will literally go on maybe a 5-minute rant on Michigan losing in college football players and be like, "Oh, we just beat our arch nemesis, Ohio State." And
I didn't even make a video. I didn't even make a video.
What up, Joe?
I want to see Michigan
Not talking
and
about me
Georgia.
making
I
a
want to
rant
see
video
those
about Michigan
defenses
losing,
go at each
which they
other.
will not be even
Michigan,
touching
Georgia
the
would be a good
national
one.
championship. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't
There you go.
even,
Message from Papa. Message from Papa.
I-
Heard loud and clear.
Yes, yes.
Heard loud and
I
clear.
don't even know what the college football playoffs are.
Hey, oh, you too young for that.
VG13.
Hey, Big Play Slate, let me ask
I'll
you.
give you that one, Papa. I'll give you that one. We
Let
probably
me
would
ask
have.
you a
I mean,
question,
our
Big
quarterback
Play.
is young and he's still learning.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know what college football playoffs is because my team is never in it.
Oh, hell no.
Auburn.
Oh my
Auburn's
God.
never made it, so get wrecked.
Yo,
Do you think the
realize
loss of Jordan
I
Howard
had to
was
go
a big
through
factor
this with
today?
Michigan
At least
State
you've seen a
every year.
national championship with your team.
Ooh. Well, they didn't take that back, but no, that was a different team.
I mean, I've seen the Iron Bowl.
I
You
have
ain't see
bowls every
Cam?
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Auburn.
National championships aren't every year,
Yeah.
unless you're Alabama. But
It's just so good when Alabama loses, honestly, because they win all the national championships.
Yo,
Did they
If
blame
not,
Bill O'Brien for
most
that
of
loss
them.
again? Are they
both
gonna
of
blame Bill
those
O'Brien?
my team, the back-to-back days. This is just not fun.
Like, just let
Roll.
someone else win, dude. Like, come on.
roll tide.
Hey, BPS.
Well, real quick, Vick3, I know you got a question for him, but I've got to scoot.
Sure.
I've got another. I'm live all night tonight. This is.
Hey,
oh
man,
my
you were
God.
live for 9 hours yesterday, man. Appreciate you for coming
Hey.
through, my guy.
Wait,
No,
your
no
channel
problem,
is
man.
it-
Thanks
is
for
it your
spreading the
channel,
love
or-
yesterday. I appreciate that, guys.
Wait, Vic was there?
Anytime.
Vic was there?
Yeah, Vic was in there early.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because I was calling the Ohio-Michigan game. I told everyone I was calling
Oh,
that game.
because I got
Yes.
No, I was calling
listening
that
the whole
game. I
time.
love that game. I love that series right there. I mean, Michigan was due, and with them defense, I kept asking everybody, with Michigan's defense, you really think, no, Ohio's going to walk all over them, and then it started snowing, and I'm going, I should call a bookie. I just had a feeling. I just had that feeling. I'm
Dude,
going,
Haskins is a real deal.
damn, I'm
I
hitting
love
long
Haskins.
shots lately. I mean, I'm hitting long shots, and it's like, son of a bitch.
Yo,
And then I bet on them, they'll lose.
Yo.
I guarantee it. But I
Yo,
want to thank you very much for sending me that invite. I appreciate you having me on. It was a great rivalry game. It really was. If you sit back and take a look at everything, I mean,
It was.
you know,
I'll give you
you
that.
guys were in it and until the end. I
I'll
mean,
be
you
salty
really
for a week.
moral victories suck. There's nothing really you can say about a moral victory. But when you're in a division game, you guys know it's tooth and nail and claw, and everybody is just fighting for whatever inch they can get.
Yeah.
And again, it was another good game out of this series. So I'm looking forward to the one in Philadelphia. I think that's going to be a much different game when we come to visit you guys. And
Yeah,
that's
and
what, 3 weeks away?
No,
Yeah.
after we play the Jets, yeah, that
No,
is
it's
Yeah, 3 weeks. We got
Yeah,
a bye week
Jets
after the Jets.
Washington Giants.
Jets, bye, and then Giants. That's
Washington Giants. So
Washington
4
Giants.
weeks.
4 weeks.
And I hope when we're up again, you're able to come on and we're able to discuss this. And hopefully we can talk about a win and you can be in the swallows of a loss.
Who are
I'm
the
not
Giants
gonna
go
go
that
that
week?
far.
Yo,
The
yo,
Dolphins?
the next time you get
I can't go that far, my guy. I'm sorry, but
when Jordan Howard had like 300 yards on your defense.
no, I'm not gonna lie, because if we sweep the Eagles, Big Play Slay has to shave his head bald.
That's what I'm saying.
Bald.
Is this for real right now? Let me
This
know.
is for real. This is for dead serious. Him and Mike Nixon. Big Play Slay and Mike Nixon. If the Eagles swept the Giants, Mike would have had to shave his head bald. If the Giants sweep the Eagles, Big Play Slay have to shave his head bald.
No,
Bald.
the bet with uncensored and Balby. Because if the Giants win, uncensored is no longer an Eagles fan.
Wait, no.
Oh,
You remember that, Slay?
No,
Yeah, I think I do. I think I remember that.
I'm gonna
as well.
call uncensored after this.
He said that he would never become an Eagles fan. If that what?
Yes.
Why would he make that a bet? Like
That was one of, if not the worst bet I have ever.
oh my God,
in my
he's
life.
going to be sweating when I talk to him Tuesday night.
Wait, what's
He's-
Tuesday night?
Well, AK does a live stream on Tuesday nights,
Oh, right. Yep.
so
All right.
I can't wait. But I'm not going to interrupt you guys anymore. I know you want to talk some more. It was great. Like I said, thank you very much. I
I'm gonna
appreciate
pop
the
off.
time.
I'll kick you off.
Joe, thank you for coming through anytime, my guy. And again, when we meet up again, I hope you're able to come through and we can talk about this all over again.
I'm looking forward to it,
when
gentlemen.
Jordan Howard has 500
Thank
yards.
you.
That's
See ya.
Well, that's
Agree
gonna
with you, guy.
Take care, Joel.
peace.
Hey,
All
man,
right,
if you
I'm
can
gonna head out.
subscribe to Joel. He's a great guy, a great content creator, respectful guy. He's one of the greats, one of the goats. Mitch, you're out.
I'm gonna head out too, but let's go Michigan.
No.
Oh, left you hot. Appreciate you for coming through. But let's try to get back on track. BPS. I didn't get to hear your thoughts. I raised the question. Do you think the loss of Jordan Howard was a big factor in today?
I mean, yeah, because we didn't have a guy that can like be a sledgehammer to a defense. Like we didn't have a guy that kind of protected the ball better than the running backs that were out there. Sanders, his fumbles have been something that's been hurting us the entire year. Today he didn't fumble, but Boston Scott fumbled, and Jordan Howard, he really rarely fumbles because he knows how to hang on to the ball. And he's a sledgehammer, as Fran Duffy said. He can beat you down if you want to. If you use him, he's going to beat the defense down. And that's what he's done when he's played this season. You saw in that Lions game, that Chargers game, even though we lost, that what was it? I believe it was that Broncos game where he just went off as well. So I feel like the loss of Jordan Howard just for this game, it was a big loss for us because he knows how to hang on to the ball better than the two running backs that we had out there today.
Yeah, definitely. My guy Jalen, do you think this loss was a major factor?
Yeah. The reason why I say it is because Jordan Howard complements our offensive line. So what I mean by that is they get movement. He's going to be patient. He's going to let them, develop their blocks. And when he, finally makes contact, he's going to make them feel like, hey, you're going to have to take me down. I'm not just going to go down. I think Miles Sanders is a bit lightweighted. I think Boston Scott's size prevents him from even being that type of player. And let's be honest, the effect of the run game itself does wear down on other teams, other defenses, I should say. That's why.
Yeah, definitely. I said it before the week. The loss of Jordan Howard was huge because he brought a physical presence that these other running backs, they don't produce. Miles is a great runner in his own respect, in his own right. So is Boston Scott. He's a good runner. But
so let me ask this question.
Sure.
Is Jordan Howard still our best running back?
He's playing like it.
Yeah, I was going to say this season, the way he's been playing. And,
Forget this season, for the last 3 seasons.
Oh, no. Last 3 seasons, talk about it. He was on the bench in Miami.
Forget the bench in Miami. Remember when he was with us in 2019? He was our best running back.
Sanders still outperformed.
Yeah, Birdman was actually right about the bad feeling.
I said that too. I said it in the earlier part of the season.
The win goes on either Big Play Sly or Birdman.
I agree with you, Birdman.
On either BPS or Birdman.
I was talking about this in the offseason.
Bro, you said Daniel Jones was better than Jalen Hurts.
Today he was. That definitely.
That's one day, Slide. That's not the entire season, all right?
All right, well, let me ask, with Jalen Hurts' performance, we all know was bad. Probably the worst of the season. Now, when you're talking about the GM and the decisions they have to make going forward, should we still keep an eye on quarterback talent in this year's draft? Is that something that we still have to keep an eye on, or are we set? Let me start off with you, Jalen. What do you think? Should we be looking at the draft still for a possible guy?
I've been consistent with this. No, even before I knew what Jalen Hurts was as a player. The reason why this team has too many holes. Age, contract, all that stuff. You have to get younger and you have to get cheaper. Understand, what's his name? Dallas Goedert, Devontae Maddox, Mailata. They're all young, but guess what? Now they're being paid.
Mm-hmm.
That is a totally different story than a guy on his rookie deal, heavily contributed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my thing is, I want to fill as many holes as possible. Hell, I'll even take one of those picks. If we hypothetically we have 2 top 10 picks, I would take one of those picks and trade back to like the 20s, somewhere in the 20s, if I can get somebody else's pick for next year. Because I'm looking at this as long term. I'm not trying to build hey, we're competitive, we're in this right now, but I want a team we're young, we're disciplined, we're young, we're gonna be a problem for the next 5 years. You get what I'm saying? Not hey, we're good this year, we're gonna be bad next year. Now we're rebuilding again. Hopefully we'll be good, 2 years from now. Stuff like that. I'm not with that.
Yeah, totally agree. BPS, what are your thoughts? Do you think that, Howie Roseman and the Eagles, scouting department should still keep an eye on the quarterback talent that's coming into this draft?
Right now, I really don't think there's a quarterback that you can say is better than Jalen Hurts. Now, the only quarterback that is starting to get buzz, and Howie Roseman's already scouted him, is Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett, he already scouted him, and I've watched him for a good minute. He's a good player. He's inconsistent, but he has a really good arm. And I think that's something that Howie Roseman would like. But, yeah.
That's the dude for Pitt or Penn State?
Pitt. 5th-year senior out of Penn.
Gotcha.
Hang on, I'm going to come back. Can you mute me, bitch? My thing is looking up.
BPS, while BLSG, while big plays getting yelled at, what are your thoughts? Do you think we should still keep an eye on quarterback talent in this upcoming draft?
Well, I mean, is Gardner Minshew going to be here next year? Or does his contract expire?
Yeah, he's still on the contract.
I think it's 3 years. Yeah, I think he's 3 years.
3 years. Okay, so I would say no to that because, I mean, Jalen Hurts, this is just his first full year, but this was just his worst game of the year, and that this was just a big struggle for Jalen, especially in terms of the pass game. Now I know Howie Roseman was scouting out Mr. Kenny Pickett and all that, but that doesn't mean you have to straight up go after a quarterback again. We don't need another quarterback factory between Jalen Hurts, Gardner Minshew, and Kenny Pickett. We don't need another quarterback factory. I say that you just stick with Jalen Hurts for now, and if you do end up having to struggle a little bit with Jalen, if Jalen Hurts does end up struggling, bring in Gardner Minshew, have him do what he needs to do, and then take him from there. And before we continue on, I just want to say that Jalen Hurts is actually questionable for next week against the New York Jets with an ankle injury, according to what they've been saying. So hopefully this is not too serious for Jalen Hurts and all that. And let's just hope he plays next week against the Jets.
Oh, that would be very bad news if he isn't playing, especially with the loss, because we all know how our fan base is.
Yeah, I think on the play where he got knocked down really hard, I think that's where he had the ankle injury. I think that was the play.
My bad, Vic. My computer was lagging.
You're fine. You're fine.
You got to tell someone to STFU.
Yeah, but Kenny Pickett was the dude I was talking about. I scouted him yesterday in that Syracuse game. He has a really big arm, and I think that's what they've seen. And honestly, I think Howie Roseman thinks that he can fit Nick Sirianni's offense. But other than that, Coro maybe, but Willis is, I think you can say, I'm not comparing Jalen Hurts and Willis, but the skill sets that Willis has is what Jalen Hurts has already. And Willis needs to develop his arm.
Yeah,
have you noticed that this team?
Yeah, you go.
Well, my fault. Have you noticed this team? Well, I shouldn't say this team. That Howie Roseman has a type at quarterback.
Yes, I do, because I feel like a big play was saying, Kenny Pickett's that guy, especially him being a second round. He's a 5th-year senior. He's a more mature quarterback. That's what Howie likes. He likes those older guys. And we've already seen he's been at the game, so you know that there's interest.
See, my thing is, I'm not even going at the age. I'm talking about his thing is he wants guys with arm talent first, and he'll figure out the rest later. That's his approach because that's where you go for broke. So I have hypothetically, you have Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
The arm talent on him, great. Can he play a lick though? Not today.
Yeah.
But Howie Roseman would have made that pick in a heartbeat.
Well, Roseman was interested in Wilson. He did. He did take a look at Wilson.
Say it one more time.
I said Howie was interested in Wilson. He took a couple.
Yeah, I know. That was his type. That's why we wanted to move up to 2. Then they kind of said, "Nah, not really. We don't want 2." They're not willing to give up 2, so they just selected him.
Well, he did the same thing with Wentz. You know, he had the arm talent. You know, he wasn't from a major school, but like you said, Howie figured, you know, he has the talent. We'll figure everything else out as it goes.
And look at what Carson's doing now with Indy. Despite the fact that Carson Wentz did end up losing today, he had a really good game. Despite the fact that he ended up losing to Tom Brady, but Tom Brady's Tom Brady, and you did end up losing to the defending champs. But it would have been really nice to see Carson Wentz upset Tom Brady. And I think that game was in Indy. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it would have just been nice to see Carson Wentz upset Tom Brady and the Super Bowl champions.
Yeah. Listen, Howie definitely I feel like he likes older players for the fact that it isn't their age, it's more of their maturity. You know, that's something that he looks out. You know, how mature is that quarterback? When you seen Carson when he came through, very mature. When you look at Jalen, extremely mature. That's a big factor on picking these quarterbacks. You know, their age sometimes can be a factor.
Oh, I missed that. That, but that's a good observation.
Yeah, that's what he likes out of him. You know, he likes the maturity. And like I said, when you look at Jalen Hurts, he's a very mature man. You know what I mean? Like he is, I believe 21, if I'm not mistaken. 20-year-old with his head 20, on his shoulders.
I thought he was 23.
Oh, I thought it was 21. I might be mistaken. But
he's way older than 21.
When you look at him, you know, he has his head on his shoulders. He's about it. You know, he knows what his responsibility is. He doesn't take anything lightly. He feels that it's a privilege for him to be the quarterback. You know, that's something that he looks for. And, you know, I'm not saying Pickett is that guy. I don't know specifically, but when you see Howie at the games and he's showing that much interest for him to be shown on TV, there's a possibility if he's up in the second round that, you know, that's the time where Howie likes to take a chance on guys. And that could be a possibility, especially with today's game. You know, you really can't argue the fact that if he was to do it, when you see in this performance. Again, I'm not saying myself I would do it. I'm going along with you, Jalen. You know, I would rather take one of those first-round picks and push it over to next year. You know, save that for next season because you never know what talent can come out. And with 2 first-round picks, you're in great position.
Look what Miami did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Miami did. They had 3 in 1 year. They pushed it back into a later round. It was flipped into another. I think they traded Laramie Tunsil or something like that the following year.
Houston.
Yep. And they picked up Houston's pick. And it's like, okay, and they just kept going and going and going and going. Here's the thing. Only players that's being paid on that roster is the corners. That's it. Everybody else on rookie deals. And I'm sorry to say it, but Miami might pull out the next 4 games. Well, 4 of their last 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be a 9-17. The Colts
it would be
most likely. Go ahead.
It would be 9-8 because 17 games in the season.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
The Colts, let's be real. I think they have 2 more games against the Texans and what was it? The Texans and somebody else. The Texans and Jaguars. They also have another pushover game, I believe, and that gives them 9 wins there. I don't think they're going to fall below 9 wins. They might get 10 because I think at least guaranteed 8 wins. New England and the Cardinals are the only 2 teams that can stop them from getting 10 wins. So You're looking at mid-tier first-round picks. if everything plays out right now, and you look at our schedule, you have the Giants. Let's just chalk it up to Jets. The Jets might be a close game, closer than we think, but the Jets is a win for us. It should be. Now, the interdivisional stuff, that's where it starts to get a little hairy. But you take your worst case, you take your worst case scenario, you take your best case scenario. This team is still looking at all your picks coming in somewhere between, I don't know, 12 and 21 next year.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because I'm big on the kid from Notre Dame, Kyle Hamilton, and as we have those 3 picks, and we discussed kicking one down to next season, would you be opposed in taking our highest draft pick or our highest 2, trading them to get up if we need to get Hamilton, and kicking that 3rd one back into next year?
So here's my issue with that. Are we talking in the 2022 draft, or are we talking in the 2023 draft?
2022. Kick it over to the next year, yeah.
No, I'm not a fan of that at all, because right now, name me one talent on this team that is elite.
Yeah, I got enough. Well, other than Slay, I'll give Slay the elite status.
Slay is...
He's good. He's not elite.
He's
good.
There you go. He's very good. He's not elite. So when we talk about elite, I'm talking about Jalen Ramsey. I'm talking about Marshawn Lattimore. Those guys. I think all
Aaron
those guys
Donald.
have...
Jair Alexander.
Yep, those guys. I think all of those guys are way beyond Slay. I think Slay was there once upon a time, but right now, Slay is not that guy.
You gave him the once upon a time?
He's a good CB1.
Matter of fact, I'll say it like this. Look at Diggs right now.
Here or what?
Look at Diggs right now. Diggs is looking special.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs is actually looking very good.
But there's some plays where Diggs looking like he's lost.
I get what you're saying, but there's some things Diggs do that nobody else in the league can.
Well, he got that Asante Samuel anticipation. That's his thing.
That's what I'm looking at.
Aggressive though. When you're a ball hawk, you can only win so many times.
Hey, but look at Asante. He was aggressive too, and look how it ended up for him.
Asante was a little bit more patient then. He developed the patience as time went on.
Yeah. And I'll say it like this. You can tell Diggs has a long way to go. His technique is awful, but he has all the physical gifts.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And right now, the only thing that's going for him is he's getting interceptions. What happens when, oh crap, let me buckle down on my footwork. Let me make sure, I understand what the opposing team is actually doing in a game plan. I think he has a chance to be up there. I'm not going to say he's going to be Jalen Ramsey or anything like that, but he's going to be up in that class, or at least a class below.
Yeah.
Because right now, I don't see any elite. Like I said, I don't see any elite talent. So you look at Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders has been in the league, and he's pretty good. But you look at Jonathan Taylor on the other side, it's like, oh, Miles Sanders who? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I want to hold on to these picks. If I have any chance of getting an elite player, I want that. Right now, I don't think we're in the mode of filling in holes, really. It's more we're looking for elite talent. Just bring the guy in with the most talent and see what we get.
Let me ask you a question then. What are you willing to get that elite player?
You said, what am I willing to get that elite player?
What are you willing to give up to get that elite player? Because right now, my thing is, you talk about Thibodeau. Everyone knows he's the guy. He's a special Thibodeau out of Oregon.
Who's that?
The defensive end.
I don't trust no goddamn Oregon players. You lost your mind.
Oh, man.
Hey. People thought I was crazy talking about Penei Sewell like that. Look at Penei Sewell.
Yeah. Your guy was Slater. I remember that. Your guy was Slater.
Yeah. I mean,
he's having a great year.
No offense, but it's Oregon. You got to take all that stuff with a grain of salt.
True, but he is the consensus, right now, number 1 pick. You know, he does fill a major need. And a lot of people see him as a generational talent. He does look like a beast, man. The kid can play.
I get what you're saying. So this thing, generational talent, gets thrown around a lot.
Yes.
So some of the guys, like I didn't see Chase Young as a generational talent. The last guy who had that label and wasn't was Clowney, and he wasn't. But Myles Garrett, on the other hand, made up for what Jadeveon Clowney wasn't.
Yeah. And we all know Myles Garrett is a different specimen.
Yeah, it's a different dude.
But would you risk? So you would even have no thought of even attempting to go after him?
I'll say it like this. So it depends on what our picks are and what range we need to get up to. Okay. You get what I'm saying? I'm not willing to bet the farmhouse for just to get one player because we have so many needs. But the thing is, if I need to go up 6 spots and 2 first-round picks would do it, maybe. And I'm talking about you're at 12 and you're trying to get to 6. That type of trade, and the guy is a generational talent. There's no, he might be this, that, and the third. Nah, that dude's clear cut. It. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in this draft that you feel is a generational talent?
I haven't been looking. I haven't looked at this draft class. The Stingley dude was pretty good.
Derek Stingley.
Yep, he was pretty good, but I didn't see how he played this year. So I saw what he did last year, and I thought he was really, really good, as to the point of he would have been the number 1 corner coming out in the last 2 drafts. My issue is I haven't watched a lot of college tape this year. So
you'll have to get on it.
Huh?
You'll have to get on it.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, I give myself a little bit of after the regular season, depending on where the Eagles are at. I give myself a week or 2. I float into basketball a little bit, but at the same time, I'm looking at the draft, mock drafts and everything. That's really my approach. And then I go to Madden and I start being a mad scientist and checking out who's who, where's what, what's what are our real holes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, with all that being said, let me ask this final question, and we'll end it up with this. And, we've asked this before, and, with this loss, it's cause for concern. But when we're going up against the Jets, we thought that the Giants would be an easy win, and some people think that the Jets might be an easy win. But do both of you think that, this team can right the ship? Can we get everything together? I'll start off with you, BLSG.
Well, I mean, I really think that we need a huge improvement from what we had from today's game. These boys got to watch the film, and we got to make some adjustments quick. I mean, we can't be really like having too tough of a competition against the Jets. I mean, the Jets are the Jets, despite the fact that they did end up being the Texans today. But we can't allow the Jets to look like a good offense. We can't allow their secondary to be like what we saw from the Giants secondary day. We can't allow any of this to happen whatsoever. If we allow any of that to happen whatsoever, and if we allow Zach Wilson to like friggin' ball out, then we really do have something wrong with our team. And then in terms of our offense versus their defense, Jalen Hurts has got to step up. I love what I saw out of Jalen in terms of his run game, but I got to see him better in the pass game. And I think that if Jalen Hurts can really get it together, I think he can step up next week against the Jets, and hopefully he'll have a much better game.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Coach Dante, what is good? Appreciate you for coming.
What's going on, Dante?
What's good, y'all?
Nothing good about the Eagles, bro.
I was just about to get to that point. It's embarrassing today. So we gotta give credit to the Giants. See, this is why I come in and say, and to me, it's all fan base fault because we looking at the schedule and we're saying this is an easy win. This is an easy win. But we forget this is a divisional foe. This is a divisional opponent. And since we started hot as fans, we get too overconfident when this team is great, doing great things. And all of a sudden, we drop a bombshell today. We drop an egg out there today. Just got to give credit to the Giants. They played great football on that defensive side of the ball. But Jalen Hurts have to hold this L today. He has to be. He's 80% responsible for this loss today for me. Care how anybody take it. Yeah. 3 interceptions, 3 all your fault. We know Rager dropped the ball, and I'm off the Rager. I thought Rager could be as a guy that you can only do screens and get him in a quick passing game. He has to catch that ball. He has to catch that ball. I'm off Rager. I'm off Rager right now. I can't say Rager is no longer good. I'm not defending him, so I'm off of him. But it's embarrassing performance by the offense. We can't say anything about the defense. Defense did what they had to do today. They came out, they balled out. They gave up 13 points. Each time this defense needed a stop, they got the stop for us. They basically delivered. Just when we think Boston Scott fumbled that football, what the defense do? They get the ball right back in a position with a chance to win. With Jalen Rager, had the guy boxed out in the air and dropping that football. He catches that football. We talking about the Eagles winning this game. We still talk about Jalen Hurts, how bad he played. But again, you won the game. That's how bad the Giants would have been if we'd won that game. As bad as we played, we to get up out of there with that win and survive that win. That's how bad. That tells you how bad the Giants are. But Jalen Hurts, in your situations like that, you have to throw the ball. You have to throw the ball away. You have 8 seconds. If you don't have a play right then and there, you have to throw that away. You can't force that in the field of play, knowing you have 8 seconds. You get the ball back at halftime. Let's get 3 points. Come out of halftime and score. The second time in the back of the end zone, at your own end zone, he forces the ball in double coverage, trying to make something happen, whether safety is over the top. That was a terrible throw. He should have threw another pick when Jalen Rager drops another pass and number 20 dives on it and catches it, but it falls out of his hand at the last minute. He should have had 4 picks this game. So
I counted 5.
Five actually.
Five actually. He should have had one more than 3. I don't know what was he seeing.
Luckily, he didn't.
I don't know what defense was.
Luckily, he just had 3 interceptions today, but that was still a bad performance by Jalen.
All of it was his fault. It would be funny if it wasn't his fault. When you throwing tip interceptions, that's not your fault because the ball is tipped. But each and every one of those interceptions was Jalen Hurts' fault. That was his fault, and it was embarrassing the way this team played. And again, this defense did what they had to do. So I don't want to hear anybody say, "Oh, this defense didn't show up. This defense could have did better." What else do you want this defense to do? This defense just gave up 13 points. 13 points. That's all. They gave up 13 points. They kept us in the game long enough to give this offense a chance to get off, and when they couldn't get off. So this is clearly on the offense. This is clearly on Sirianni, clearly on Jalen Rager. I'm off Jalen Rager, and 80% blame going to Jalen Hurts. He has to hold this L today for this team, and it was embarrassing by this offense. So the defense played light out today. They balled out. They deserve to be treated right. They deserve to have something feel good about themselves. The only thing they didn't come out is on a winning end. So I'm so proud the way this defense gave this offense chance after time after time after time. When they needed a big stop, they got it, and the offense couldn't capitalize. The defense did their thing today. I'm not putting this game on the defense. 13 points. You can't ask for anything better than that. And this offense can't go out there and make not one fucking play to get us on the map and to get in the fucking end zone. embarrassing by this offense, and I feel bad for this defense because they held on. They didn't break. Not one point of time in this game, they didn't break. They did not break. At the end of the game, they made the plays. Offense just didn't do the execution. Jalen Hurts was steep today. He was bad today, and he's holding this L for me. 80% of this L today for me. That's what he's doing.
I think the 80% went on Jalen, and I think the other two, some of it went on Rager because Rager should have had at least a few of those receptions, and I felt like some of it went on Sirianni.
Yeah, there's enough blame to go around. But Jayla, let me ask you: is this something that we can correct? Can we right the ship?
Can we? Yeah. Will we? That's a different question. This team, basically, you've seen all year, this team is inconsistent. It's Mr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes it's the offense, sometimes it's the defense, sometimes it's the whole team. And I think this is more of a function of your coaching than anything. Personally, I'm not a very rash to decision person. I would fire this coaching staff after this year. It's not that I don't think they'll be head coaches one day. I don't think it's that they are bad to the core. They don't belong in the league, nothing like that. My thing is this situation does not fit where they are in their progression as coaches.
They ain't ready yet.
Exactly. And I'm not going to wait until they are ready just to find out they're not the right people. They may be the right people one day, and they may not be the right people for us. But they're not this coaching staff is not. I don't think this coaching staff fits. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't have enough experience, man.
Huh?
They don't have enough experience.
Exactly. And I can't say the experience thing because a lot of guys come in. What's his name? The Rams coach. Sean
McVay.
There you go. McVay didn't have much experience. What's his name? Flores didn't have much experience. But you look at how they command a room, how they're having consistent growth in players, and particularly in Flores' case. There's a lot of growth happening between, other than his quarterback, there's a lot of growth happening between a lot of those young players. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like Mac Hollins is making plays for Miami. Sounds crazy, right?
Special teams ace.
Yeah, special teams ace, but he caught a 60-yard bomb a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
He has about 5 touchdowns on the season right now. Oh, seems like he's a little bit more than a special teams ace, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, I don't think this coaching staff is right for this situation. You already know how I feel about the GM. That's it.
Oh, I don't know. Like, my thing is, who would you replace them with then? Because you got to go through that whole coaching search again, and then you have to think about Jalen Hurts. Would there be a regression because he's basically going to have 3 different coaches, 3 different seasons?
So let me preface my comments like this. I'm not saying I know who the right person is, and I'm not saying Jalen Hurts should be the guy going forward. But I don't care. No. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care how it's going to affect Jalen Hurts right now. I care how you can right the ship of the team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there is no reason why you shouldn't be building off of certain things. And you have a coach with play calling who just hasn't learned how to adjust yet.
True. Very true.
And that's scary right now. I don't have time for you to adjust. And I'm not trying to be impatient, but the fact that you don't know, how can I say this? The fact that you that too, but I'm saying this part that scares me the most, that locker room could revolt.
Yeah.
Because think about this. Kelsey leaves. Okay, that's another veteran name out there. You're probably going to try and trade Brooks. Lane Johnson's the only person you have on that line left that's young. You have to replace all of those guys. Miles Sanders, he strikes me through his actions. He's already told you he's stat chasing this year. Right? Devonta Smith has been saying, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Now it's, hey, feed me the ball. And this is not bad on Devonta Smith. This is bad on perception of, hey, we've been telling you run the ball. Now you run the ball. Hey, can you at least give us some passes? It's like the players are having to do your job for you. What the heck is going on? You get what I'm saying? The defense is undisciplined. I mean, put it this way, who's going to take – I'm not going to say who's going to take ownership because think about this. Fletch is supposed to own all of that, but the thing is he's not a verbal guy. BG is gone. BG is probably gone after this season anyway because we can't afford him. Fletch is probably gone because we can't afford him. Slay is the only one that's left. I like Slay in terms of for a developmental guy. I mean, to help develop players, but I don't think he's a quote unquote, oh, let me set everybody straight leader. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody else on the defense is suspect. So that's the situation we're in right now. And I don't think the coaches' voices are strong enough to just dead all of that and just grow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I understand.
Well, go ahead, Jerry. Let me hear from you. Do you think that we can right the ship?
I mean, man, sure, but at the same time, how much? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know, it's going to take a lot of work, man. Like, because the coaches, you know what I mean? Like, it's really tough because they don't know what they're doing most of the time. And it showed in this game, you know, mostly because you could tell they were trying new stuff this game. And they shouldn't have been. They should have stick with the recipe that we were winning with. You know, and that's, you know, I don't know.
Do you think they overlooked the Giants?
Not saying they overlooked the Giants, maybe a little bit, but I think they played them wrong. Like they came out trying to throw too much.
Yeah.
You know?
See, my thing is the coaching staff doesn't put it this way. I think the coaching staff overthinks a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
And you've seen when they go, keep it simple, stupid. Oh, stuff works.
Yeah.
Until, the defense gets paid to figure this out. What are we going to do now? Let's go back to what we were doing before because that's what I know. And then that doesn't work. And now you're just in, you know, go make a play mode, Hurts, do something. Case in point, I know it was a win, but case in point was the Panthers game. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hurts played terrible. The coaching staff, the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed until what's his name? Sam Darnold started handing out gifts. And it wasn't like people had to make spectacular plays. He was throwing it right to him. And we had perfect field possession. Hurts just scrambles, twice and we have a score. Now ball game. That's basically what happened that game. We had no business winning that game.
Yeah, they lost the game is what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they lost it to themselves.
Hey, somebody got the game on in the background. You might want to turn that down. Copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my mic muted. It's not me.
All right, whoever it was, thank you. Appreciate it. Coach, let me ask you, do you think that we can get this right?
We got all the makings in the world to get it right, but I don't know if we can get it right. Again, we gave up 13 points. The defense did all they could do to put this offense in situations where we could steal a game. And offense, Nick Sirianni, it was bad. Jonathan Gannon, got to give him credit. Defense played a heck of a game. I say I'm at a loss of words right now because it's just a disappointment. But to go back to your point, Vic, that I think that the Giants overlook them, I think us as fans overlooked the Giants and looked at the record and just said, I'm going back out for every Giants fan, not out for every Eagles fan. Not Vic, not me, not other people in our circle, other fans that I'm seeing around. We put pressure on the team because when we're doing good, we're the best team. We can't go into games doing that and overlooking a team because they're 3-8, 3-6. That's not the way I approach the game. I don't go into no game in real life myself and thinking the game will be easy. And I think that's one of the things that we got to get away from. We have to look at everything in every game and thinking each team is good because, like I say, time and time again, when we in a playoff hunt, and you're playing a team that's 3-8 like the Jets, that's 3-6 like the Giants coming in. These games are trap games because you're fighting to get in the playoffs. They're not. They're going to fight much harder. You got coaches' jobs on the line. You got players that's trying to fight for new contracts next year. And to me, you just going overlooking the Giants like they're not in our division, like they don't play hard. So again, Daniel Jones, he outplayed Jalen Hurts today. So we can say Jalen Hurts better, but he outplayed Jalen Hurts today. He didn't turn the ball over. He made smart decisions. Hurts did not do that. And
Hey, Coach Dante, let me ask you a quick question. What level do you coach at?
I coach flag football.
What ages?
4, 5, and 6, and I'm a basketball coach.
Okay, so this should be right up your alley.
Yeah.
A lot of your players look at you as the disciplinary person and also the leader, correct?
Yes, sir.
You set the tempo every game, every week, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you feel like Nick Sirianni is really doing that with this team?
Like I said, I can't tell because I'm not in the locker room. I can't just tell right off back because I'm not in this situation. I'm not in this locker room. I mean, he had a piss poor game that he coached. And again, he's a 1-year head coach. Everything takes time. And he was able to make some adjustments in mid-season to keep this team afloat, to get us in, to keep us in it. So I'm not on board firing him after this year. I'm not on board doing it because again, we was able to get momentum. He was able to find an identity. And again, we rushed for over 200 yards. He did run the ball. We did run the ball today. We was 200 yards, 208 yards rushing. We ran the ball.
Gotcha.
Today, Jalen Hurts just didn't play good. He didn't make the plays.
So let me ask a question. Do you
Yes,
think
sir.
if there was no outside pressure for Nick Sirianni to change his coaching style earlier this year, do you think he would have changed it?
If it was no pressure, and we weren't blasting his ass about that, I don't think he would have changed it.
So that's what I'm getting at right there. The fact that it doesn't seem to me like he has his own 2 feet he's standing on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, the reason why he started running the ball, you start hearing running the ball chants from the crowd. And your players are, saying run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. It's not you making a conscious decision and say, hey, we need to run the ball. That's the part that kind of gets me, because that's not a sign of a leader per se. Because think about it, the older you get, the more rebellious you have for certain players and everything like that. And it's hard to keep a handle on that. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I agree with it. But the problem is, the thing about this too, he made the adjustments that he listened. It ain't like he didn't listen. He made the adjustments, and ever since then, he stuck to it. So I got him, give him credit for what he did. We will bless.
No, I'm not saying don't give him credit. What I'm saying is the fact that he had to hear it, the fact that he had to hear it from fans and his players versus it's something in his own repertoire to go do is my biggest issue. And it seems like he's more influenced by outside people versus figuring it out himself.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Definitely know what you mean. But same time, he was able to make those adjustments at the same time. And we're 5-7 until this day at the same time. So again, he made the proper adjustments when he needed to make. Jonathan Gannon made the adjustments he needed to make for the last 3 games. This defense was good. He just didn't make Nick Sirianni just didn't make the adjustments today. But he stuck with the running game. And Jalen Hurts just played bad. When we needed his arm, when we needed him to throw the ball, make a play with his arm, he couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. Rager couldn't make any plays.
I get what you're saying. So here's my thing. I'm not getting at the actual results on the field per se. What I'm getting at is the perception of your coach. Your coach only made adjustments when everybody else around him told you to make adjustments. Your coach only keeps with it. Your coach hasn't evolved past a certain point with his play calling. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And I'm looking at it from the perspective of, if you're in that locker room as a guy and you see he doesn't strike me as a dominant personality. When he talks, everybody shuts up and listens, because some guys have that quality to him, and I don't think he has that. I think it's a universal fact that everybody knows he doesn't have that quality.
I mean, yeah, but I don't want Jalen Hurts seeing another head coach. I don't want Jalen Hurts seeing another offensive coordinator to where he got to adjust his playing style too. I don't want to see that. I'd rather stick with Nick Sirianni, someone that's willing to make those adjustments, even though we would call him out, and he did. He started doing it, but the problem is nobody thought he would make those adjustments and start running the ball.
Yeah.
So he finally realized it. Go ahead.
So my thing is, I'm not too worried about Jalen Hurts. The reason why I'm not too worried about Jalen Hurts is because this is a team. And if you don't have all of those guys in the locker room backing that head coach, it can get ugly.
I definitely.
So you don't feel like they backing Sirianni?
What up, One Trade Rock?
What's good, One Trade Rock?
Thank you for coming.
Look, so I was listening to you, bro.
So what I'm saying is, earlier this year, Devonta Smith comes out, run the damn ball. 3 straight games. We need to run the damn ball. The fans are chanting, we need to run the damn ball. You think, there's frustration. Fletcher Cox is talking about, I don't get paid to chase screens. Stuff like that. That stuff right there the coaching staff didn't make those changes because it was the best thing for the team to go do. They made those changes because everybody outside of the organization and everybody that's not involved in play calling started yelling and screaming and chanting that. Now you have a situation where, oh crap, I need the coach to adjust and get us out of these situations, but they don't do it. Now your players are looking at the coaching staff like, what the heck are y'all doing? I'm not looking at your words the same. Just because they come out your mouth don't mean I respect them.
All right.
Because sometimes I feel like I know more football than you.
But at the same time,
facts.
at the same time, we knew this coming into the season that we was dealing with a young head coach, young defensive coordinator, a lot of young guys that's inexperienced in that position. But this game right here, we can't blame this game on coaching. We can't. We can't blame this game on coaching. They made the proper adjustments and everything. It's just, I mean, we couldn't get nothing going. I'm not going to blame it on one person either. I know Jalen Hurts threw 3 interceptions, but there's a lot of stuff that other people on the team could have helped him out with. I mean, I don't feel like the play caller was horrible. I mean, I felt like he kind of got out of the game plan a little bit too fast in the beginning of the first half. But, I mean, he went back to it. It was effective again. We just couldn't put no points on the board. I mean, a lot of bad throws, a lot of bad drops, bad penalties at bad times. We just was off today. I mean, but we seen what the Eagles could do when they get hot. I mean, we just got to get back to. We just got to stick to the game plan, man. We know we're a dominant running football team. Let's run the ball, run and play off of play action. Nick Sirianni tried to get a little bit too cute today. It was situations we was in 3rd and 2s and stuff like that. He decided to throw the football rather than dominate on the ground like we've been doing. I mean, every team has bad games. I can't blame this on coaching, though. I can't blame this on coaching. We didn't make enough plays on the field.
I'm having a different discussion. So let me frame this again. What I'm getting at is I'm not talking about in terms of what they're doing with the situation. What I'm talking about is, are they even the right guys?
Are you basically saying the players lost faith in them?
No. What I'm saying, I think they're having some murmurs in the locker room right now.
Oh, okay.
So you've already heard stuff publicly, like Devonta Smith, a wide receiver, coming out saying, "Run the damn ball" for 3 games straight. Then you finally, at the end of a game, because the fans are screaming at the coach to run the ball. Miles Sanders goes out there and actually, has some production. Then you do it again against the Raiders and you revert back to your old ways. Then you go out against Detroit and, you put on a clinic running the ball. Hey, running the ball works. Let me act like it's my idea. Now, when it's time to change stuff up, hey, coach, what are we supposed to be doing? The stuff ain't working. And my thing is, I'm not going to blame the player because the coach can get you out of a lot of situations. If you seeing Hurts is dealing with some accuracy issues right now, okay, let me give him some simple stuff. The game is in reach. Let me just try and get him in a rhythm. I didn't see that out there. I'm not even talking about screen passes. I'm just talking about in a constant rhythm of, hey, let me give you something. 1, 2, 3, fire. Don't care what the coverage is. 1, 2, 3, fire. That should be a timing route with you and Devonta Smith. Or that should be you. That should be Dallas Goedert sitting over the middle. That's the stuff that this coaching staff lacks in experience. And I think that should be a prerequisite to become a head coach in general.
Right.
So that's what I'm getting at.
All
Their
right.
qualifications as a coach versus what they're doing in the situation. They're trying to figure out the situation. I'm not faulting them for trying to figure out the situation. My thing is, are they a coach? Are they a coaching staff that you can put trust in?
It's
and
hard
is it
to
worth
tell
to put
because
the
they're
trust in
still,
that
like I
coaching
said,
staff?
they're still rookies at the end of the day. So it's hard to tell, to be honest.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but that's the biggest thing. I'm trying to figure out, are they worth giving time?
I feel like they are. I feel like they're worth giving time to.
I don't think that they've done
just like you did, but look at it like this. Just like you can say maybe Jalen Hurts is a thrive more with a different coaching staff. You can also flip that on the other hand and say maybe the coaching staff is a thrive more with a pocket passer, an accurate quarterback. I mean, you can flip that any way you want to flip it. You'll never know. Right now, it's Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. You'll never know unless he does actually get another coach, or unless we do actually get another quarterback. But right now, we just got to work with what we're working with.
Yeah, and this is not a conversation for right now. I'm talking about this is a conversation for us going into the off season.
Right,
Hey, if I'm gonna say it like this. Right now, we're seeing too much inconsistency. That's my biggest issue. There's from week to week basis, there's not something to build off of. You build off of it for a little while, then next thing you know, where did this stuff go? What's going on? Why are y'all act like y'all forgot how to play football? You get what I'm saying? And I'm not putting that on one particular player. I'm not putting that on one particular coach. But I'm saying you see it from week to week. The defense 1 week looks like this is our first time putting on pads. The offense, the next week, they can't get any ball movement to save their life.
Right.
What's going on? Put this stuff together. The only times you seem to be able to put it together if you're playing a bad team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
So the Detroit game, I give you credit for the Detroit game, but I'm not going to put too much stock in it.
Right.
My biggest thing is like the Panthers game. Let's be real. We were supposed to lose that game. No ifs, ands, buts about it. It wasn't the coaching that brought us back in the game. It wasn't our offense, the players themselves. It was Sam Darnold handing out gifts that defensive players couldn't catch. I mean, only option they had was to catch it.
Sam Darnold gifted the Eagles that win when the Eagles were playing Carolina because Sam Darnold, he threw multiple interceptions in that game. He threw one to Darius Slay. He threw one to Steve Nelson to close it out.
Slay,
that was the only reason why we won that game because Sam Darnold gave up 3 interceptions and
plus that block. Plus they had that block punt.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, sorry.
I see where you coming from, but it's also games too that we dominated, like Denver. It's like you really don't know this team identity.
And
I get where you coming from. It's hard to get a read on them because every week we kind of doing something different. It's like, man, we gonna ever get into like a rhythm or figure out what these coaches really are?
Think about it. We're 12, 13 weeks in. We're still talking about what the hell is this coaching staff doing? What is your identity? I don't think Nick Sirianni knows his identity today. I think Jonathan Gannon is very stuck in his ways right now. You get what I'm saying?
I think this loss took a lot of people back, but I'll say this about this coaching staff. They haven't done anything at the moment to have them be a one and done. And what I mean by that is look at other one and done, like Tom Cable out of the Raiders. There were some bad coach, Hugh Jackson. There were some bad decisions that they made that changed those teams for years. I don't think anything's been done by this coaching staff yet. Have they made mistakes that they made in the past? Today, we've seen, they've regressed a lot today. But it could have been, because again, we haven't talked about the injury to Kelsey. I'm sorry, go ahead. You were saying?
Go ahead.
No, I was saying you got to take into that factor. It could have been with the loss of Jason Kelsey. Like I said, for whatever reason, first play out the box, we came in with a run play. It didn't go so well, and it looked like maybe Sirianni second thought his game plan and just stuck to the run. I don't know what the issue was. Maybe it could have been that they thought that the Giants' secondary was weak and they wanted to attack it. Maybe that was the game plan going in. But the thing that they did today was they went away from what worked. That's where the regression comes in. It's like I don't know if they were trying to expand on the offense and it wasn't able to work. Maybe they did it a little too soon. Maybe they went a wrong way about it. But at this moment, I don't think Sirianni has done anything to get himself fired in his first season. Or even like when we say in the offseason, do we think that we need to move on? Yeah, I think you got to give the guy another year.
So it's not the conversation of should he be fired. It's the combination. It's the conversation of where is his ceiling as a coach. That's what I'm really getting at with this staff. Where is this staff ceiling? How long will it take to get there? If it's talking about 5 years to get this coaching staff to their ceiling, I'm not doing it. Talking about 3 years to get them to their ceiling, but it's a ceiling of, I don't know, who's a
championship or just a division win or something like
that.
No.
I'm not even talking about I'm not even talking about team success. I'm talking about as in their coaching pedigree. Let's see who's a good one. Not Hugh Jackson. That's a bad example. If it's Marvin Lewis, if if you telling me your cap is Marvin Lewis, not gonna do it. I'd rather pull a plug now, be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
think about it, Marvin Lewis
really no way to know that, though.
World.
Exactly.
What?
I'll say this. Just like how Rock said, there's really no way of knowing that because let's look at Doug Peterson. We didn't think his ceiling was high at all, and the man won a Super Bowl.
So I think here's the difference. In year one, you saw that team came out and played hard ball week in and week out.
But we were happy that we were rid of Chip Kelly. That team was breathing a sigh of relief of not being under Chip Kelly and that pressure that they had, the regimen that they were under. They had to be asleep by 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of pressure going. There were a lot of things that team did not like about that coaching staff and how they were treated. Now, when Doug came through, like I said, it was like a breath of fresh air. You had an actual players coach on the team. So I think that was what it was. Like they wanted to show out for Doug because you know what I'm saying. He gave them a lot of liberties that were taken away from them. So you know what I mean. You're going out there for that coach. They were very happy. They were excited. You know that team psyche was high. That was a big reason why they showed out that first year.
So add in, I'll say it like this: Doug Peterson has always had a good base game plan. Sorry, that's always been his MO. A good base game plan. He tends to go pass happy, but at the same time, he's gonna be whoa. He's gonna have my fault.
You're really good. Well, I'll say this while you're away. The difference between Doug and Nick. Doug called plays in Kansas City. Nick didn't. Doug was in there with Andy working heavily. I don't know how closely Nick was working with with Frank Wright. You know, but they put the game plan together, but was that it? What else was his responsibility?
See, you say he was calling plays in Kansas City. I disagree. You know who the mastermind is there.
Oh, we all know who the mastermind is, but we all know that he is that type to give a coach the second half of the game. That's what he was doing with Doug.
But understand what I'm saying. If he needs to snatch it, he will snatch it.
Yeah,
that's where Andy Reid came into play.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was actually tutelage and teaching when Doug was in Kansas City. As in for Nick, like we're working alongside with Frank. You know, we're trying to get this together. They're trying to build something from scratch. In Kansas City, that wasn't the case. It was already built. You know, Andy already had everything set in place. Now it was just you're learning underneath me. You know what I mean? I want you to do what I'm doing. You're going off of what I'm going. Anything that you see me on the field for the first half, I want you to take mental reps. I want you to see what I'm doing. The second half, the keys are yours. You got this. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna watch you. That was the relationship with Andy and Doug. I can't say that was a relationship with Frank and Nick.
No, I can tell you. No, as in yes, I agree with what you're saying. I can tell you, Nick was not that guy. Nick was a play designer versus anything, if anything.
Well, looks like we're approaching almost 2:45.
My fault.
Let me ask this. No, everyone's good. We're all good, man. It's a good time. Let me ask everyone this last.
We're good, man. We're good. Nobody gives a crap.
I just want to ask this last question. It's something got to be asked. Does everyone have enough faith in this team to beat the Jets next week? BLSG, let me start off with you.
Dear God, bro. If we lose to the freaking Jets, then this team officially is trash. I mean, the Jets, despite the fact that they did get the win over the Houston Texans today, I'll give them credit for that. But the Texans are the Texans, all right? This Eagles team, despite the fact that we did end up losing to the Giants because Jalen Hurts had a bad game, and we all know it, but Jalen Hurts has got to step up. Despite the fact that we ended up losing to the Giants today, this honestly isn't a bad team at 5-7. We just need to be a little bit better in terms of consistency. Jalen Hurts has got to be better in the accuracy and just needs to be more careless with the ball in terms of where to place it. I mean, you're looking at guys who are in double coverage over guys who are wide open, similar to when Jalen Reagor was in double coverage and when Devonta Smith was wide open. If you have that touchdown, you win the game right there. But, I mean, Jalen Hurts, he cannot be so careless with the ball. He's got to make sure where to place the ball in terms of the passing. But I like what I'm seeing out of the run game from Jalen Hurts. He's known to do that, and he was much more mobile than what Carson Wentz was last year. So I think in terms of running the ball, I feel like Jalen Hurts will not have a problem with that. And in terms of the passing, I think it needs to get a little bit better. The run game was honestly really good today, despite the fact that a few of our guys were a little iffy to start, and then Boston Scott giving up the fumble was just brutal for us. And then the receivers, they were not too good today, so they need to step up, especially the tight ends and offensive line. Just hope everybody's okay over there, and hopefully everybody gets going here. And then in terms of the defense, we got to apply pressure to Zach Wilson. We already know what we need to do to win, so let's go out there and let's go do it, man.
Let me go next. I'm about to get out of there. Go
ahead, Rock.
I'm gonna say this. This right here, and I've been saying this all week. We came here. I feel like we took the Giants a little bit too lightly, man. Giants always got a stout front. They always got a solid defense. The game planning, I don't feel like it was too great, but I feel like I'm gonna keep it 100. I feel like Jalen Hurts got to make some of them plays that he missing, man.
Definitely.
We don't really ask you to be a passer. I mean, people's giving them excuses on the passing game and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you're an NFL quarterback. Some of them throws should be routine to you now, like a quick slant or a crossing route. Like you gotta he throws into a lot of traffic. Like it's like he oblivious to where the defensive players are. Even on that play with Rager. I mean, you can't throw that, bro. The safety's sitting on that the whole time. It's like all you see is green. He got to be a better passer. If this organization, this fan base, expect us to make a playoff push, he's going to have to become a better passer because some teams is going to shut the running game down. Some teams are going to shut that running game down and force you to pass the football. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to go as far as Jalen Hurts take us, man. I feel like we still a good team. I mean, we had a bad game. It happens. And we just got to get better, man. And this game next week should be one of those games where you work some of these kinks out. So I feel like we still good, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Hey, Rob, before you go, let them know where they can find you.
Oh, man. You know, y'all can find me in the cave. Boy, One Trey Rock. Find me on YouTube, One Trey Rock. Anywhere, any platform, Twitter, Instagram. It's One Trey Rock, man. Hit me up. Y'all ever want to collab or anything like that, I'm always around. Just hit my inbox.
Appreciate you, Rock, for coming through, my guy.
All right, thanks for having me on, bro.
Always. Jalen, let me get your thoughts, man. Do you have enough faith in the Eagles to beat the Jets next week?
You have faith in them to beat the Jets. Will they? That's a different story.
Great response.
So the reason why I say that is because I think we're taking I think a lot of fans' perspective, we take the Jets as they're the Jets, but they're a lot better than what we think they are. And I don't think we're as good as we thought we were.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a closer matchup than people really expect, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I could be totally wrong. We beat them by 44 and same old team.
And we beat the Lions by a ton, but the Lions are still winless. But at the end of the day, I mean,
yeah, we'll see. Jerry Lee, what are your thoughts? Do you have enough faith in this team to beat the Jets?
Well, I'm gonna ride with my guy that just spoke. My hope is that we do win. Now, whether we do or not is a whole nother story. Now, if the real Jalen Hurts would stand up,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, his play today really sucked. That's all I really could say about that. But yeah, I think we could beat the Jets. But it all depends on the execution in the end of the day.
Yeah, that's
Bro, Rasul Douglas is like going off this game. Like, where was all this in Philly, Rasul?
Coach Dante.
Damn.
Do you have enough faith that we're going to beat the Jets next week?
I don't know. And like I say, and Jalen said it best, how I've been approaching everything all year. I don't know how any game going to outcome. I can't say we're going to go in and beat the Jets. And if we get somehow blow them out, oh, we're a great team again. Nope. Let's keep our hopes. Let's stop hyping this team up. Let's stop hyping them up. Let's calm down. Let's take the Jets serious. We didn't take the Giants serious. We looked at the schedule and thought, hey, easy win, because they had a bad record. Some teams are better within their record. This team just got to come out and play football. They got to come out, punch them in the mouth, and play football. They just got to come out and clean up a lot of stuff. Jalen Hurts has to have the better performance. In order for this team to go places, Jalen Hurts gonna have to be this guy. He gonna have to be that alpha dog that we've been seeing before this game. This defense has been playing better. Now everybody shitted on the defense the whole year, including me, because they deserved it. Because they weren't performing. They've been performing the last couple of games now. And all of a sudden, we take a big step back. So, again, Eagles can win this game. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to win or not. It's just, you saw inconsistent a lot today. This offense just had a bad performance today. The Giants just came out. They were the better team today. They were the better team on the field. They were the better team. They were the better coaching staff today. They just outcoached us, outplayed us, outworked us, and they wanted it more than we did. And they just took the game from us. And like I said again, I knew this game was going to be close because they're division rivalries, and the Giants always play us tough. But I don't know if this team. I don't know if this team is going to beat the Jets this weekend. I don't know. I'm not. No, I can't. I'm not overlooking the 3-8 Jets. They beat Houston. Yeah, they beat Houston today, but the Jets didn't look good doing it. But they found a way to beat my Houston Texans, which my Houston Texans ain't that much damn better than them. So, again, I don't know if we can win. I think we can win, but I don't know, will they win? I think we can do it. I think we got the team to run the table. But, again, I don't know about this team. I just, we got to see improvement on the film room and then on the practice field. So we just got to see more improvement. And Jalen Hurts got to finish this season off strong. Now, you watch some of these Eagles content creators today, they're going to say, get Jalen Hurts up out of here. He's not going to be the guy. Just watch. He's not going to be the guy. As long as Jalen Hurts on this team, I'm supporting Jalen Hurts. As long as he's on this football team, that's what I'm going to continue to do. But there's no doubt that he played absolutely terrible today and awful today. From a quarterback effort, a team effort, the wide receivers, the offensive line, we all got our ass whooped today. So, again, we got to hold this L. We got to hold this L, and we got to recover. We got to get back in the film room, correct those mistakes that we made, correct those penalties, and we got to get ready for the Jets next week. But, again, this team is talented enough to turn around, but I don't know if they would. I don't know. It's up to them on that field and how they approach.
Can I ask one quick question?
Sure.
I know we're running long. I want to modify this. Instead of playing the Jets this week, if we were playing Washington, how y'all feel?
Ooh. I mean, I feel the same way. Same way how I'm feeling now and how I've been feeling. I feel the same way. They just got to go out there and handle business. I don't know if they're going to win. They have all the tools to do it, but they got to get out on the field. I will still feel the same way as I've been all year, going in there, playing football, not overlooking them because they're 4-6. Not overlooking them. It's up to them Eagles to get on the field and play. We can't get out there and play for them. So I will still be feeling the same way as I am today and throughout this whole season.
I got something to add to this. I don't really see it as the Giants beat us today. We beat ourselves.
Definitely.
We could have had this game. Like
we
the whole
should have
game,
had this game.
Yeah, they were giving it to us the whole game, but we didn't take it. We
just shot ourselves in the foot. This definitely goes on ourselves.
We just didn't take it
on ourselves.
Coach can speak. I mentioned on the show the only way that we were going to lose this game if we beat ourselves. And that's exactly what happened.
That's what we did.
We beat ourselves.
That is exactly what we did today.
We were unprepared. There was so much going against us that we did it to ourselves, though. It wasn't anything that the Giants did. We did nothing spectacular. We did it all to ourselves.
For sure.
Yeah, we definitely did it to ourselves, man.
See, this is the reason why I brought up. See, this is why I brought up Washington. Washington, for sure, has a better coaching staff than we do.
Mm-hmm.
They're injured. That's what I'm really getting at. How do you feel? Is it that are we losing these games because of the players on the field, coaching? And I'm trying to get a real, I guess you say, subconscious bias of what do you guys really think this team is? That's why I said Washington.
Yeah, because this is more like, you could be confident in beating the Jets because of the position that they're always in. But, when you think of a Washington team, was more scrappy, you never know what team will come up to show.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
I get what you're saying. I think my confidence, whether it's Washington or the Jets, would be the same. I feel that this team can win. Next week going against the Jets, I feel like this team will win. This has been a down week. A lot, like Coach said, a lot of people are going to start blaming Jalen, and they're going to say, we need to make a move. You're going to hear those people come out again out the woodwork, and they're going to say that they're right. But guess what? This is what it was. It was a bad week for Jalen. That's all it was. He's going to go back. He's going to go back to practice. He's going to correct those mistakes. He's going to come out against the Jets. And, for me, I feel sorry for the Jets because it's just like when a boxer loses against someone that he knows he could have beat. That next fight, he's going to beat the shit out that guy. That's what we're going to show up, and we're going to beat the shit out the Jets. A lot of people are going to say, oh, well, it's just the way it is. We win big against teams that can't do much, that aren't really good teams. Yeah, it will be the case. But this team's going to come out hungry. This team's embarrassed. This team's embarrassed. They're not going to let this continue to happen next week. Going forward, we're going to go back to the Giants. That's going to be another test because we're going to rebound from this. Again, we're going to have an off week after the Jets, get a bye week, get some rest, which is very, very good for us because it's later in the season. If we're thinking that, we're a team that can make this push into the playoffs, this bye week is going to help us do that. It's going to get us back to where we need to be. It's going to give us a little rest. Now, like I said, going forward against this Jets, I feel bad for them. I think this team's going to be hungry. They're going to be prepared. They came out embarrassed. They could have won this game. They had this game the whole time. They let the Giants take this away from us. We stopped ourselves.
We could be Conor McGregor though.
I think this is the game that it turns the season around. This is the game where we've seen what we can do. Before, we had to get our shit together. Now, we for the most part we found our identity. We know who we are, but yet we still let this one get by us. Not anymore. We're not going to let this happen. We're not going to be embarrassed again. I think that's where the team's going to be headed going forward.
Can definitely agree. Definitely will agree on that, Vic.
With that being said, gentlemen, man, I want
been on for 3 hours.
Yeah, just about, man. Let me see if people can see my face and I'm not all blurry. First, I'd like to say thank you all for taking the time out for coming through, man. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, it's still acting up.
It is, but whatever. Everybody at home watching, I appreciate you for coming through. I mean, and when you watch it later, please, thank you so much. And if you could, just for me, don't worry about subscribing to me. All the guys that were on today, you know what I mean? Could you please give them a shout, give them a subscribe, share their content, put it out there for someone who wouldn't be able to see it. Help them out. Everyone else, like I said, man, I appreciate all you for coming through. I love your takes, man. You made this loss easier for me. Joe also, shout out to him because, he came out with the positive words. He gave us that perspective that I know.
He might be the most respectful Giants fan that I know.
And you know what, Joe, if you can hear me, man, you're always welcome on this show, man. I appreciate you. You're a GOAT in your own right. You know what I mean? Thank you for coming on. Everyone else, I'm sorry. We had a loss. We're going to have to deal with it. It's going to be rough for this week. But, let's try to make the best of it. I hope everyone can join me next week. Join my panel if you all can join me next week as well. You'll see us again after we wrap things up with the Jets right back here. Thank you all for joining. Let me kick it off by saying for everyone out there, happy Hanukkah, man. Have a good time. Have a great week. Gentlemen, again, appreciate y'all for coming through. Have a good one, y'all. But before we go, let me just do this. BLS, I'm going to start off with you. Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, you almost forgot, Vic.
I almost did.
You almost forgot. I'm like, did he forget to let us know where they can find us? Or like, what's going on?
You're on a roll. But go ahead.
Hey, it's like past the 3-hour mark, man. But you already know it is, man. Y'all can find me on YouTube, man. VLST, search in the search bar. Trying to get to 300 by the end of the year, but I really don't think it's going to happen because December is just right around the corner, and we're only at like 225. So I wish I could get 75 more before the end of 2021, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. But y'all can find me on YouTube, VLST, search in the search bar. But if you're already subscribed to me, appreciate you, which I think everybody on this panel should be subbed to me right now. And everyone who was in the live chat, definitely go sub me up, man. It would be greatly appreciated. That's one subscriber closer to 300 by the end of this year, and it would mean a lot. Follow me on Twitter, BOC20. Give your boy a follow up there. And yeah, man, even though we lost to the Giants, man, it's always good to come on the panel and talk about the game afterwards. And even though it's going to be a rough week, it'll always be fly, let's fly.
Yeah, man, appreciate you for coming through. Jerry Lee, let them know.
Yo. Yeah, you guys can find me on Backyard Birds Podcast through the YouTube Center. Or you
what
could,
is that supposed to mean? I'm fine. Go ahead, Jerry.
Anyway, you can also look me up on Twitter, Backyard Birds PC, as in podcast. Or you can find me on the Late Night Show, Friday nights with AK. And that is me.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
all right.
I
do not have a channel, but you can support me through Cash App. My Cash App is $Jalen58. Again, my Cash App is $Jalen58. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And again, let me repeat that. That was $Jalen58. Gotta get it out there. Before I go, let me just say this, man. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you. Random Anton, my guy, thank you so much. You're constantly in the chat. I appreciate you so much for coming through. Key in the building, thank you. Papa Sora, you're my guy. Thank you for coming through. I know you're traveling right now and you still made out the time. So, I really appreciate you for that. Ted Nicholas, thank you, my guy. Everybody that comes through and that, like I said, that will be watching in the future. I appreciate you. Birdman, thank you for coming through.
Yeah. If I don't get any subscriptions, I'm gonna let y'all know later.
Yeah, like I said, please subscribe to these fellas. They're out here trying to put out, great content for y'all. They're working hard. They're going out tireless. Honestly, like I said, my guy's doing a late night show for the late night folk. He got you covered. So again,
I might be doing a play-by-play for the Sixers as well tomorrow. So
BLS, you should be doing Ohio State, but we'll talk about that another time.
No. Vic,
oh my God!
Get that out of here.
Hey, you my brother, man. The fact that you even put a message on, I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Well,
that's perfect. That's perfect right at the end of since we're gonna finish.
You never have to say sorry, man. You never have to say sorry. I know you were busy, man. I get it. But again, man, this has been a great episode of Vick3 Presents the Eagles Post Game Panel Show. My guests, my panel, thank you so much. Everyone out there, thank you so much for coming through. And again, I'll say it again. Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Have a great week.